All right, everybody. We're going live. Bear with me 1 minute while I get the rest of the live streams going. Hey, Levette. Welcome to the Instagram live stream. Good to see you. Just getting started here. I'm just getting the rest of the live streams going, so bear with me for a moment. All right, looks like we're good on Facebook. Looks like we're good on Instagram. Get one more YouTube going. We got the vertical going, and now I'm just going to get the regular view going here. In the meantime, say hi. Let me know you're watching. Say hi in the chat, in the comments. Get started momentarily here. All right, excellent. We're live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. 5:45, 5:46. All right, excellent. If you're watching, let me know you're here. Say hi in the chat. Let me know you're watching. Hit that like button. Let's get some more people in this live stream. We'll get started in about 3 minutes or so. 3 minutes. We'll get started at 5:50. Lots of scam awareness information coming up for you. Help you keep you safe and your family safe. See John in the YouTube chat. Welcome, John. Always good to see you. Wouldn't be a good Thursday for me unless I saw you, Johnny. So welcome, welcome. Again, I see Levette over in the Instagram, so say hi. We're on Facebook. Looking good. Last week, Facebook disconnected, so we'll see if it hangs in there this week or not. What's up, Dave? Welcome to the live stream. Over on the YouTube chat. Good to see you. We get started in about 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. Place your bets. You think Facebook's going to go down? It's already looking a little choppy to me. That's okay, though. Best place to be is YouTube. Johnny says audio seems low. Oh, it says okay on the phone, though. All right. Curly Girl says no video or sound. That's weird. Well, John, you're getting video and sound, right? And Dave, how are you over there? Are you getting video and sound, Dave? We get started in about 2 minutes here. 2 minutes. How y'all doing tonight? Hit that like button. Subscribe. Is anybody else having problems? You guys hear me and see me, or is it just Curly Girl? Let me know in the chat. We're going to get started in about just under 2 minutes here. Probably closer to 1 minute. John, when you say low, do you mean low as in like you can't hear me or just lower than usual? Okay, seems so on your phone. Get started in about 1 minute, people. Maybe I'll pull the microphone closer to me. I can turn up a little bit too, probably. Nah, it's already maxed out. Well, we'll see how it goes. Cool, Dave says we're good. All right. So I think it's on Curly Girl's end then, if everybody else could hear me. All right, we get started in less than a minute here. Get started in a few seconds. Hit that like button. Let me know you're watching. Get started in less than a minute here. Lots of good stuff coming up this evening for you. Lots of scam awareness tips, examples we're going to share. Getting started momentarily. Streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And there we go, 5:50. Let's get this going. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. If your first time joining, I'm Jared with Scamware 101. Our mission here over at Scamware 101 is to spread awareness about common scams that target individuals. Individuals like you, me, your friends, your family. Scammers that target us over the phone. They target us with text messages. They target us on websites. They target us through regular traditional mail. Right? We're being targeted from all directions. So we do this live stream every week as one of the many ways that we try to spread awareness of these scams. So we usually go for about 3 hours every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. So we usually go for about 3 hours, maybe even more. We'll see how it goes, depending on how many people show up. We're just trying to put something good out there. Put something good out there, help people avoid being scammed. Because look, these scammers, they want to take everything you have. This isn't a situation where we're just trying to save you from getting scammed out of $100 or even $1,000. These scammers, they want to take your life savings. They want to take your retirement fund. They want to take your parents' and your grandparents' savings and your inheritance. They want to take it all. And they aren't going to stop until they get it all. So we're here to warn you about these scams. This way you could spot them and prevent them before you get your funds stolen. And also something to keep in mind is, sadly, most victims, they never recover those funds. So these scams can be devastating, especially to the older folks out there who spent 10, 20, 30 years saving up, and then poof, it's gone because of these scammers. You know, you make one mistake, click on one wrong link, reply to one wrong phone call, give out one piece of wrong information. That's all it takes. You lose everything. So it ain't right. It's not right. And we're trying to at least put a little dent into that by putting this scam awareness info out there. So check out our YouTube channel. We have a bunch of videos that we release on YouTube. A lot of scams we're going to discuss tonight. We have videos about too. And again, please like, subscribe, follow. It really does help. And now's a great time to go share this live stream too. If you're watching on Facebook or any other social media platform, now's a great time to share it. Get some more people in here, because for the next 3 hours is jam-packed with information for you. We're going to have over 20 different common scams we'll be talking about. I'm going to show you examples of these scams, including emails. I'm going to play you some phone calls. I'm going to show you screenshots of text message scams. I'm actually going to show you pictures of actual snail mail, traditional postal service scams. I'm going to play you some recordings of phone calls. I forget if I said that one already. I'm also going to show you a bunch of red flags. Red flags to help you identify these scams. And in a lot of cases, these red flags might be your last chance to stop the scam. So it's super important to be able to recognize the red flags we're going to talk about this evening. If you want to help support what we do over here, besides just hitting like, follow, and subscribe, because we do appreciate that, you join our free mailing list at scamware101.com. It's free to join. We'll send you updates, let you know when we're going live, when we post new content. We'll send you some scam awareness alerts. All good stuff. And again, it's a free mailing list, scamware101.com. Hit join mailing list. It's free to join. Also, you can follow us on your favorite social media platforms. We're on YouTube, Blue Sky X, Facebook, Threads, Instagram. We have links to them all on our homepage here on scamware101.com. And you can also check out our merch shop here. It's also our YouTube store. We have some mugs for sale, some mouse pads for sale, some stickers for sale, water bottles, things like that. Just to help raise some money. And look, they're useful items to have too, right? You get your loved one these coffee mugs or these water bottles. They keep them on their desks. And right about when they're ready to get scammed, they go to take a sip of coffee and they realize, wait a minute, scamware. I'm not going to click that link. So get your loved one a mug, water bottle, mouse pad, some stickers. You can slap them anywhere you want. Help support our mission over here. And then finally, before we start going into some examples, if you want to donate directly, you can donate to scamware101.com/donate. And we also have YouTube memberships and YouTube super chats enabled as well. If you want to send us a few bucks through YouTube, we always appreciate it. Don't feel obligated, but it does help. With that said, let's get into it, huh? And also, by the way, I did some updated slides. Some of these are in progress. They're not the prettiest slides, so forewarning. But we're just going to start rolling through them and see how it goes. So again, let me know in the chat that you're here. Say hi in the comments. Give me some energy. Give me some reactions. The more hyped you guys get, the more hyped I get. And share your stories, right? I want to hear from you. Ask your questions. I'll do my best to answer. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth, checking all the chats. So this agenda isn't set. The schedule isn't set. It's all flexible here on the live stream. That's how we do it. So again, we encourage you to say what's up in the chat. Give us a like and a thumbs up. We want to hear your stories and your questions. That's about it. So let's get going here. First scam we're going to talk about this evening. Bank impersonation scams. Look, these are a big problem, these bank impersonation scams. Many lives have been ruined because of having their money and funds completely stolen by these scammers who impersonate the bank. Right? And basically how these bank impersonation scams work is usually scammers impersonating the bank. They'll call a victim and they'll claim suspicious activity was detected on their victim's account. Or they'll send a text message claiming there's suspicious activity, or they'll send an email trying to trick the victim into clicking a link. Right? We're being targeted from all directions by these bank impersonation scammers. But usually the end game for these bank impersonation scams is that once they trick the victim to make them think they're actually talking to the bank, they say, look, there's suspicious activity. Someone has access to your accounts. Your money's not safe. You need to withdraw it. You need to withdraw your money or transfer your money to secure the funds. Right? And that's how they trick these victims into thinking they need to withdraw the money. They make them think their money's no longer safe. Somebody's stolen their identity. Somebody's gotten into their bank account. And they need to transfer the funds. And of course, what the scammer does is they give them an account overseas that once the funds are transferred, you're not going to get them back. These bank impersonation scams are extremely damaging. So let's look at a couple examples here of some of these bank impersonation scams. And what I have here for you is a text message example of this scam. And also we have a victim's story too, explaining what happened to her. So as you can see on the screen here, this text message version of this scam, it says, verified TD Bank card activity. Did you attempt a transaction for $250 at Walgreens? Reply yes if recognized or no if not. Right? And this is a scam text message. They're trying to trick you into replying because obviously you didn't make a $250 transaction at Walgreens, at least not at that moment. So if you don't realize this is a scam and you reply no, you're actually notifying the scammer that your number's active. You're saying, hey, let's keep going. Scam me. Right? So you reply and the scammer's going to try to get you on the phone. They're going to impersonate the bank. And they're going to tell you somebody has access to your account. Somebody's using your TD Bank card, right? It's all part of the scam. And they're going to use that to get information from you about your banking. And like I mentioned before, they're going to try to trick you into withdrawing that money or transferring that money. So this is an opening for them. This is the way that they could get an opening and say, hey, your account isn't safe. Your money's not safe. Look, somebody's using your account. They use that at Walgreens. We got to transfer that money, but it's all part of the scam. Don't fall for it. A bank will never ask you to move your money out of the account for security reasons. They won't. It's just not something they ask. All right. Now, something to keep in mind, this example on the screen, this text message example of a scam, the person who provided it actually got a phone call right before receiving this text message. And that phone call, she didn't answer it, but the caller ID showed TD Bank. So that's very important to keep in mind and recognize and understand. Right? I'm going to say that again. The scammers called her and her caller ID showed TD Bank. Scammers can manipulate what the caller ID says. You can't trust caller ID. It's not a way to verify. So even though your caller ID says it's the bank, that doesn't mean it is. You can't trust it, right? And in the case of this scam example, right, what happened was the scammers tried her on the phone. Caller ID said TD Bank. She didn't answer, right? And after she didn't answer, then they text messaged her too. So keep that in mind. They're persistent, these scammers. They'll try on the phone first. If you don't answer, they might send you a text message. All right? So keep that in mind and be aware. Again, you can't trust caller ID. You need to watch out for these bank impersonation scams, whether it's over the phone or through a text message. Now, I mentioned this from all directions, right? This one, that's why it's so dangerous. And this is what happened to this victim here. Let's read her story here. She said, I feel so stupid. Wish she shouldn't, but this young Connecticut woman had her bank account drained by scammers after answering trusted Wells Fargo number. how to spot and avoid similar schemes. Right? So this goes on to say that her trouble began when she saw a familiar phone number on her caller ID. She got a call from a Wells Fargo number saying I had fraudulent activity on my account and that a random person was being sent money from Zelle. They told her to secure her account by sending money that would go back to her account right after. But it didn't go back to her account right after. It's all part of the scam. Right? So you see what happens here, how these bank impersonation scams work? Whether they reach you on the phone first, or they send you a text message, or they send you an email. Right? What happens is, once they get you on the phone, they convince you your money's not safe. They tell you there's suspicious activity, there's transactions being made, somebody has access, and you need to transfer the money. Don't fall for it. Bank scams causing a lot of damage. So don't fall for these bank scams. Extremely common, coming from all directions. Anything involving your bank, if somebody calls you, you have to hang up, right? Or if you get an email or a text message, anything involving the bank, don't call back the numbers that the messages say to. Don't engage with whoever's reaching out to you. Instead, call the number on the back of your bank card. Talk to your bank directly. All right. And again, even if the caller ID says the bank's calling you, don't trust it. Right? You have to call the bank yourself. You have to reach out to the bank directly using the official number on your bank account card. Right? So keep that in mind. Bank impersonation scams, watch out for them. Anything involving the bank, you have to verify and confirm. We generated this cool infographic the other day regarding bank impersonation scams. As we go through these slides, you're going to see a few new graphics like these. But this is actually based on another victim's story. She lost $19,000 to a bank impersonation scam. And in her case, she was actually coached when she went to the bank to withdraw the money. She was coached by the scammers. She was told by the scammers not to reveal why she was taking out the money. She was told to tell the bank teller to lie to them and say she's taking out for home contractors. So that's always a red flag when you're being told to lie to the bank teller. So look, you got to recognize these red flags when it comes to these bank impersonation scams. Your bank's not going to call you up or text message you to create panic. They're not going to ask you to withdraw cash to protect it. All right, that's a scam. You get a phone call like that or anybody claiming to be from your bank, you have to hang up immediately. Do not engage. All right? Even if the caller ID looks like, even if the caller ID says the bank, do not engage. All right, and then call your bank directly. That's the rule. Anything involving your bank. Phone call, email, text message. Call your bank directly. Do not engage with who's on the phone. So that's bank impersonation scams. Watch out for them. That's the first scam we talked about this evening. The first of many scams. How are we all doing out there? Let me know if you're watching. If you just joined, say hi in the chat. Let me know what you think about my new infographics here. They're getting a preview for the first time. You're getting a first preview, my people. Drinking coffee on my Scamware 101 coffee travel mug, by the way, which you can get in our merch store over our YouTube channel or website. So scoop one of these up. Keep your coffee nice and warm. Let's check on the other streams. See how we're doing over there on Facebook and Instagram. Hey, I see Peggy over on Instagram. Don't know if you're still there, if I missed you, but good to see you, Peggy. I know Levette was on earlier. Don't know if he's still there or not. Let's check over on Facebook. Facebook's acting a little laggy. We'll see if it makes it through tonight. Looking a little quiet over there on Facebook, but that's okay. We're just getting started. Lots of good stuff coming in, so plenty of time. Let's look at some more people in here. Hit that like, subscribe, follow button, and share it. Let's get some more people in here as we go through these scams. As you can see, we got lots of good information already coming up, right? We just warned you about the caller ID. Always remember you can't trust it. Just warned you about the bank impersonation scams, how the scammers are targeting you through email, text message, phone calls, right? You have to have your guard up. The next scam we're going to talk about, Medicare scams. We're seeing a lot of this recently. This is when scammers impersonate your healthcare provider, your Medicare, to steal your private Medicare information. The scammers then process fake claims using your identity. Never give your Medicare number to a stranger over the phone, even if they claim to be your doctor. Hang up and call your doctor directly. Now, look, I recently was going through the AARP scam tracker reports for the first week of January just to see what kind of scams were trending as we went into the new year here. And these Medicare and insurance scams, there were lots of reports. So here's what we got going on with these, right? So the scammers are calling up and they're impersonating Medicare and other insurance providers. They're impersonating pharmacies like CVS and Walgreens. And they're also impersonating your doctor's office and your physicians, right? Because unfortunately, these scammers, they know this information about you, right? A lot of our health information has been stolen from hospitals and insurance companies, right? So unfortunately, a lot of these scammers, they might know what pharmacy you use, right? What pharmacy to impersonate. They might know who your doctor is already and who to impersonate. So any unsolicited contact over the phone, having to do with your health, whether it's a doctor, insurance, Medicare especially, you can't trust it. You have to hang up and then call back directly. Right? Call Medicare directly, call your doctor directly, call pharmacy directly, but you can't trust that incoming phone call at face value anymore. And regarding these Medicare scams, there's some common narratives, right? So I'm going to tell you 4 common narratives that these scammers might use when they call you, right? They might call you up and offer you free medical supplies, right? But then they're going to try to get you to provide your information, right? It's a trick. They're going to call up and say they're verifying your current information, right? But it's a scammer that they're trying to steal your information, right? They might call up and say there's changes or additions to your Medicare benefits, and they'll transfer you over to a scammer who's going to try to confirm your Medicare number and steal your information. And then the big one, the number one narrative that these scammers use when they call is they say that they're going to provide you a new Medicare card. They call up, they say, we're going to provide you a new Medicare card, and then they ask for your personal information, like your birth date, your Medicare number, the date of your service start, your Medicare started or your insurance started, right? Because these are all personal information that they'll then use to file false claims. Right, so watch out for these Medicare scams. You don't want to give away your personal information. And don't be fooled by again, we're going to stress this a lot, these phone calls, right? You can't be fooled by the caller ID, and you can't trust at face value when they call, no matter what they know about you, even if they know things about you. A lot of these scam reports, they actually said that when the scammer called them and claimed to be from Medicare or claimed to be from their insurance provider, they already knew things about them. They knew things like the last 4 digits of their social security number. And they tried to convince them, hey, it's really your Medicare provider. It's really your insurance provider. Right? But it's not. It's a scam. You have to hang up. You have to hang up and then call back directly through official channels. Don't fall for it. Right. One more note about this type of scam when they call up. A lot of times they'll say, we have important information for you, or we're calling to verify your information. And they'll try to get you to answer right away with your birth date, for example. To say, please confirm your birth date to confirm it's you, right? But it's a trick. They're actually trying to get that information from you, your birth date. So if you get a phone call and the first thing they ask is, provide your birth date so we confirm it's you. Provide your Medicare number so we confirm it's you. It's a scam. Don't do it. Hang up. Hang up. Any of those legit organizations not going to call up and then say, give me your personal information to confirm it's you. All right. So don't fall for these Medicare scams, anything involving health. Make sure to verify and don't provide your information to these scammers. Second scam of the night. How we all doing out there? Say hi. Let me know you're watching. I want to hear from you. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that like button. We're going through some more common scams here. Be sure to join our free mailing list. If you're silently watching here, check out scamaware101.com. Join our free mailing list right here on our homepage. It's free to join. And while you're there, make sure to follow us on your favorite social media platforms. All there. So this next scam we're going to talk about is fake order scams. This is another one where you're being attacked from all directions. We have a really good video about this where we share many examples of this scam. But the thing about a fake order scam is how it works is victims receive a fake notification that an order was made under their account. When the victim calls to dispute the fake order, a scammer impersonates customer support and attempts to steal their personal and financial information. Right, so this is one of those scams where the scammers trick the victim into calling them. Right? And the way they trick them is with a fake order notification. You might get an email that says you purchased a PlayStation at Amazon. You might get a phone call that says you purchased a MacBook Pro at Walmart. Right? You might get a text message that says your Apple account was used to purchase an iPhone. Right? That's the thing that's tricky about these fake order scams. They could say anything was purchased and they could claim to be any vendor because the idea is no matter what they say, the idea is they want you to call up to dispute it. They want you to believe that it's a real order and that you need to call and dispute it. But it's all a trick. That's how they're trying to trick you into calling the scammers. All right, so you'll get this notification, and it's actually going to include a phone number on it to call. And here's an example. Here's a text message, a screenshot of this scam. It's a text message version right here on the left-hand side right here. And it says, we have noticed that your Apple iCloud was recently used at the Apple Store for $143 paid by Apple Pay pre-authorization. And then it says, if this wasn't you, call this number immediately to cancel this charge. And it says $143 charge with your Apple Pay, right? And this is all fake. It's not true, but this is a fake order notification, right? They're trying to trick you into calling that phone number. And that's how this scam works. Once you call that number, what's going to happen is they're going to go into that whole narrative that we already talked about earlier, where they say, oh, it looks like your identity has been stolen. Somebody has access to your account, right? And then they're going to go right into that whole, you need to transfer your money to secure it. But this is how they trick you into calling. So don't trust it. If you get a text message telling you to call this number, what you would do is you go check your Apple account directly, right? Or reach out to Apple directly. But don't trust the links. Don't call the phone numbers that the notification says. And regarding fake order scams, right? So that's the text message version, but we have a victim's story here, and she was actually suffered from the email version of this scam. And it's right here. 23-year-old Lincoln woman, I think it was Lincoln, Nebraska, remember correctly? But anyway, she reported losing $4,100 to this scam, and it all started because she received an email claiming she had purchased an iPhone, right? And then the email says, if this wasn't you, call this number to dispute it. Well, she called the number to dispute it, not realizing she was calling scammers, right? You think she thinks she's on the phone with Apple, but she's actually on the phone with scammers. All right, so that's the email version of this. Whether you get a text message saying an order was placed or an email saying an order was placed, the trick is they're trying to trick you into calling that number. Now, she actually goes on to tell us a little bit more about what happened to her, right? So she calls that number. She's connected to a scammer, not realizing it's a scammer. And she was told that she had multiple accounts open. Her identity's been stolen. And then the scammers said they were connecting her to a CIA agent who instructed her to withdraw $3,600 from her bank account. The next day, she was directed to use the money to purchase Walmart gift cards and send photos and receipts. Additionally, the woman sent another $500 cash card to the scammers. All right, so she ended up getting scammed out of $4,100 because she fell for the narrative. Also, regarding these fake order scams, right? So we talked about the text message version. We talked about the email version. I have some phone call versions here. This is actually one of the most common attack methods, I believe. So I'm going to play you two recordings of a fake order scam phone call you might get. And if you get a phone call like these, don't fall for it. All right, so let's listen to the first one. I'll tell you what it's about.
This call is to authorize the payment of $1,499 for the recent order of Apple MacBook Pro on your Amazon account. If you do not authorize this payment, please press 1 to speak to our customer support representative.
Don't press 1. You'll get connected to a scammer. Right, but what happened was that phone call said a MacBook Pro was purchased under your Amazon account. It's not true. It's a scam, right? But if you press 1 to dispute it, if you think it's real and you press 1 to dispute it, you get connected to a scammer. They'll impersonate Walmart or Apple, because they said it was MacBook Pro, but they'll probably impersonate Walmart. Right? But it's all part of their scam. And then they're going to go into a narrative about your identity's been stolen. They might ask for access to your device or your computer. Never give access to your device or computer to a stranger. Right? But that's a phone call version of this scam. It's just like the email and text message. They're trying to trick you into thinking a fake order was placed. Right? And they're trying to trick you into disputing it. Let's listen to the second example here.
We are trying to contact you We are trying to contact you concerning an unverified purchase of PlayStation 5 Special Edition bundled with Pulse 3D headset being ordered from your Walmart account for an amount of $859.50. If you did not authorize this transaction or wish to cancel, please press 1 or return our call on same number at your earliest convenience.
Do not press 1 and do not return call on same number at your earliest convenience. Because this is a scam. You get connected to a bunch of scammers. Right? In this case, they're claiming a PlayStation was ordered under your Walmart account. And they're telling you to press 1 or call the number shown on caller ID back. But it's a scam. If you call that number, you're not going to get connected to Walmart or anybody. You're going to get connected to a scammer. right? They're going to impersonate Walmart, but they're going to try to take your money and scam you. So don't fall for it. You get any of these calls, ignore them. If you're concerned, if you're concerned that's a real notification, right? What you want to do is you want to check your account directly. Don't trust any phone numbers that they leave. Don't trust any links that come in like a text message or email. Check your account directly, right? So don't fall for these fake order scams. It's a lot of people falling for them. There's another infographic. Fake order scams here. All right, we're being targeted by automated emails, phone calls, text messages. You know, and scammers want us to panic and act fast, right? They aim to create a sense of panic, tricking you into contacting them quickly, right? You get that message about a $1,400 MacBook Pro, you might be like, "What the?" And you dial a dispute before even thinking, right? Don't fall for it. You know, do not engage with the message. Never press 1. Don't click links. Now, take a moment to think. You know, scammers rely on creating a false sense of urgency, right? And again, verify purchases through official sources only. Log into your account directly or check your bank's website. You know, if they're claiming a bank purchase went through or whatever the case. But don't click links and don't trust phone numbers, you know? Get what I'm saying? Let me know if you understand what I'm saying here in the comments. That's a fake order scam. Watch out for it. We did a video about this scam. Worth checking out. Next scam we're going to talk about here, moving along. Grandparent scams. Look, these grandparent scams, the scammers are pretty low. Pretty low what they do here. So it's called grandparent scams because these typically specifically target, you know, grandparents and older folks out there. And basically, scammers impersonate a distressed relative claiming to have been arrested and needing financial help. Victims, usually seniors, act quickly to assist their loved ones. The scammers will often impersonate law enforcement, court personnel, and lawyers to extract even more money from the victim. Right. And now I know a lot of people they hear this scam and they're like, wait a minute, they impersonate a distressed relative. I would know if it was actually my daughter or granddaughter calling me. Right, I get that. I hear that a lot. All right. Well, we actually have a video here that I'm going to share with you. And it actually shows a grandparent scammer performing this scam. So this video, basically this guy on YouTube, right? He goes by Scam Sandwich. If you want to see the whole video, check out the Scam Sandwich's YouTube channel. But he messes with these scammers, and he hacked into the scammer's computer, and he recorded the scammer on his own webcam. So we were able to watch this scammer. The video I'm going to show you right now is actually of the scammer trying to perform a grandparent scam. And you're going to see him impersonate the loved one. And he's going to impersonate a police officer. And I think after watching this video, maybe you'll get a better understanding of how somebody could fall for this. And more importantly, how now that you'll be aware and you won't fall for this, right? But let's take a look at this. This guy's known as an opener, right? And what I mean by opener is it's his job to initially reach out to the victims and kick off the scam, right? He pulls them in, he tricks them, he makes them think what's going on, and he says, all right, stand by, we're going to be reaching back out to you. Then that's when he hands it off to closers. The closers are trained to take the money, right? But this guy's the opener. So we're going to watch him open this scam. And look, if you get a phone call like this, don't trust it, all right? So let's listen to this. Let me see if I make it a little bigger for you all out there. There we go.
Oh, Mom, I had a car accident.
Huh?
I had a car accident, Mom.
Is this Linda?
It's me, Linda.
Where are you?
I got a car accident.
What happened?
I'm gonna put the officer on. I got arrested.
You got arrested?
Hi, ma'am.
Yes.
Hi, are you Linda's mom?
Yes.
What I'm gonna need you to do is grab a pen and paper and write down Linda's case number, ma'am. I need you to hurry up, please, ma'am.
Case number?
It's the number 2.
2?
The letter B as in boy. Can you read that back to me?
2, B.
Now, I'm gonna read what's going on, ma'am, okay?
Okay.
Linda was involved in a car accident. It was stated in the police report. She admitted that was her fault. While she was driving, she was using her phone. That's what caused the accident, ma'am, okay?
Oh, man.
The woman that was driving the other vehicle was 7 months pregnant. We had to rush her into the nearby hospital. She might lose her baby.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, we actually confiscated her cell phone for legal evidence so she cannot receive or cannot make calls. This is going to be her only last call. Are you with me, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Now, she actually wrote a note down here saying that she didn't want anyone to know about this. Let's honor her wish for right now because it's too much for her right now. That's what she's saying.
Okay.
What I'm going to need you to do, ma'am, is stay by the phone and wait for the lawyer to call, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye, ma'am.
Right. So see how that scam works? It's only for the initial first 20 seconds that he's impersonating a loved one. And they're very distressed. Like, you hear the voice. It could be anybody's loved one, doing that distressed voice. At least that's how I feel when I hear that. It could be anybody's loved one doing that distressed voice. It could be anybody's granddaughter, daughter, calling up. It happens real quick. It happens fast. It's only 20 seconds. And then he immediately switches over to impersonating a police officer, right? So the grandmother, the mother's stuck there thinking that she just talked to her daughter, granddaughter, and now she thinks she's talking to a police officer, right? So don't fall for this type of scam if you get a call. And look, this type of scam, what they do is, I mentioned earlier when I described it, they impersonate defense attorneys, police officers, court personnel. They keep calling back and taking everything you have, right? First they'll call up and be like, we're defense attorneys, you need to pay us this. Then they call back and they say, we're court personnel, you need to pay us this. Then they call up and say, we're bail, bond, or whatever, people need to pay us this. They keep going until there's no more money to take, right? So don't fall for this scam. Grandparent scams, they can be devastating. This guy was located in Dominican Republic, but these scammers are located all over the world. They busted one group, I think, last year in Canada. It's important to come up with passcodes or secret phrases or secret questions that your loved ones might only know the answers to. This way you could at least, if you're in this situation, it's a way to verify or prove that you're really in this situation. But look, if you get a call like this, you have to hang up and verify through official channels, right? There's a few things I want to point out too. Look, this grandparent scam, right off the bat, he says, I took her phone, so I won't try calling her, right? So that's just a subliminal way for him to try and trick the grandparent not to call the loved one, right? For the, they took her phone, I won't try calling. All right. They also said that she's embarrassed and asked you not to tell anybody. But that's all part of scam too. That's a request for secrecy, right? They just don't want her mentioning this to anybody because somebody might point out it's a scam. But instead they say she's embarrassed and asked you not to tell anybody. Right? She's embarrassed about the arrest and the accident. It's all part of scams. So don't fall for it. These scammers are very clever. They have all the answers. They know what to say and how to trick you. So be aware of the grandparent scam. And don't let them, if you're the grandparents watching, don't fall for it. And if you're the grandkids watching, don't let your grandparents fall for it. Right? You don't want your grandparents losing all their money and getting scammed. They might have to come share a room with you. They might come live with you and you have to share your bedroom with your grandparents, right? You don't want them losing all your money. How are we all doing this evening? If you're just joining, say hi in the chat. Let me know you're watching. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We do this every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. And I'm Jared with Scamware 101, if you don't know who I am. And our mission is to spread awareness about these scams that target individuals. Individuals like you, me, your friends, family. We're targeted by scams all day long. And these scammers are ruthless. They want to take everything we have, right? So trying to spread awareness out there. Give us a like, a follow, and subscribe. We really do appreciate it. Join our free mailing list over on scamaware101.com. Again, it's free to join. Just go scamaware101.com and join mailing list. We also have links to our social media profiles there too. So give us a like, a follow on all your favorite social media platforms. Buy some merch. We have some coffee mugs, travel mugs, mouse pads on our YouTube store and on our merch store. So check that out. And we always appreciate super chats over on YouTube. We have memberships available too. So if you want to help out, throw us a couple bucks. We appreciate it. We also take donations directly. Scamaware101.com/donate. Appreciate it. Don't feel obligated, but we do appreciate it. We're going to keep going here. Talking about scams, spreading awareness. Next scam we're going to talk about here. Actually, I'm going to just check YouTube or Facebook and Instagram real quick. Don't want to forget anybody over there. See if anybody's I don't know if they're watching or not, but shout out to anybody over on Instagram. Hey, I see Lewis trying to get some activity in the Facebook comments and Facebook chat going. Always appreciate that, Lewis. Nice to see that FB is working again, right? Yeah. The whole internet was down yesterday. It feels like the whole internet was down yesterday with Verizon and everybody's Verizon's phones with their SOSs, right? I was actually fine. But I know a lot of people whose phones were not fine. Anyway, shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. Shout out to everybody watching on Instagram. And of course, over on YouTube here. We're monitoring the chat and answering questions. So hop over to YouTube, ask some questions, share experiences. All right, this next one we're going to talk about arrest warrant scams. These are pretty common. Lots of warnings about these coming out. A victim is contacted by a scammer impersonating law enforcement, usually a sheriff's office. The scammer claims an arrest warrant was issued and fines must be paid to resolve it. The scammer then threatens the victim with arrest if fines aren't paid immediately. Look, this could be a scary situation if you get a phone call from somebody claiming to be with the sheriff's office, right? And by the way, this is another one of those scams where when they call you, the caller ID shows the sheriff's number and their name on your caller ID. All right, so again, you can't believe the caller ID, even if it's law enforcement on the caller ID. You can't trust it because scammers will do that. You have to hang up. And then if you're concerned that there really is an arrest warrant, if you're concerned that this is real, right, you want to hang up and reach out to the issuing organization directly, right? You don't want to trust any phone numbers or any links that the person that called you gives you, but you want to reach out directly to the sheriff's office that the arrest warrant is supposedly from, right? Through official channels. Go look up the real phone number, and if you're concerned, it's real. But look, they're not going to call you about arrest warrant, though. Right? I was actually, quick story. I was at a scam awareness presentation on Tuesday, and one of the detectives from the sheriff's department was doing some scam awareness training, and he talked about these arrest warrant scams, and he said straight up, he said, "Look," he's like, "here's a little secret for you." And these were his words. He's like, "If there's an arrest warrant out for you, we're not going to call you on the phone and tell you." He's like, "We're gonna probably kick in your door at about 5 a.m. and we're going to get you that way. But we're not going to call you up on the phone and let you know that we're coming to get you. All right, we're going to ruin your day another way by kicking in your door at 5 a.m. to get you." Right? So these arrest warrant scams, if somebody's calling you up claiming that there's going to be an arrest warrant issued, don't trust it. If you're concerned it's real, hang up and verify, but don't give them any information. Don't listen to them. Don't pay them. Don't trust these scammers. Right? And by the way, in this type of scam too, there's been reports that they'll provide fake paperwork. They'll provide fake court documents and fake paperwork that, trying to justify that, trying to trick you into thinking these arrest warrants are real, but they're not. It's a scam. All right. So don't fall for it. And a couple notes here regarding these arrest warrant scams. This is all new content that I grabbed off of the AARP Scam Tracker website the other day. So this is all fresh new content here. Right? We have 2 reports, right? In the first week of January, we found 2 reports already, but there was actually more, but I have here just 2. But in the first week of January, right? So we know the scam's still circulating. We know it's active. And there's some interesting notes from these two reports, right? So the first report, a man reportedly from a sheriff's department in a city I used to live in said that there was a warrant for my arrest. It was due to not reporting for jury duty, right? So this guy gets a call from a scammer impersonating a sheriff's department from a city he previously lived in, and they're telling him he missed jury duty and there's going to be an arrest warrant issued, right? That's exactly what we said. That's how this scam works, right? So he says, this is where it gets a little interesting, right? So he says he was told not to discuss this with anybody because children were involved in the court case, in the whatever trial he missed, right? But that little detail, that's the scammer's way of trying to keep you silent. They're trying to trick you into not telling anybody about this. So you're less likely to find out it's a scam. So that's interesting. That's why I like reading these reports. You find out little details like that. So the scammer told him, you can't tell anybody about this because there's kids involved in the case. Right? It's all part of the scam. And then he says he was told to go to Walmart and put money on a one account that would provide me with a barcode when I got there. And this is also an interesting detail, right? So we're used to hearing about gift cards and gift cards and cryptocurrency, right? But in this case, he was told to go to a Walmart and load a One account. And now what a One account is, it's just a prepaid account. Apparently, when you look into it, it's One Pay, it's at Walmart, and it's just a prepaid account that you could load money and cash onto, and I believe hook up to your debit account as well. But it's interesting knowing that scammers are using that as a payment method now, because what they do is that they give you a QR code when you're at Walmart, right? And they tell you, scan this QR code. That's where you're going to load the money into, right? You think you're loading it into a secured account, right? Going to the police department, right? But you're actually paying a scammer. Right? So I was a little drawn out. Main points here, right? The guy was told not to speak to anybody because the court case involves children, just a scammer trick. And he was told to pay using a One account at Walmart. So look, somebody calls you up telling you to do those things. It's suspicious, right? Another report here, the second report we have, received a phone call saying they were from the county sheriff and that I had 2 charges against me and I had to pay a fee. Was made to stay on the line and was directed to deposit money through a cryptocurrency machine. Right? So there's some interesting details there too, right? The guy was made, well, I'm assuming he's a guy, he was made to stay on the phone as he traveled to the crypto machine. Right? That's another tactic that these scammers use to try and keep you from talking to anybody else. Right? They don't want you to get off the phone because when you're driving over to the crypto machine or to the bank to withdraw the money, you might call a friend and their friend will say, hey, you're being scammed. Right? So the scammers, they keep you on the phone. That's a tactic, right? And that's what they did in his case. They impersonated the local sheriff's office. They said, there's an arrest warrant, you need to pay. I'm going to stay on the phone with you while you drive to a crypto machine to deposit money. Right? And that's the other detail that's interesting. In his case, he was told to deposit money at a cryptocurrency machine, a Bitcoin ATM, which is a major red flag. Never deposit money at Bitcoin ATM. Never do it. Right? If somebody's telling you to make a payment that way, they're not offering any other methods. They're just telling you have to drive. Don't trust it. Don't do it. It's 100% a scam, especially if they're claiming to be from a government agency or police department. They don't accept cryptocurrency. They don't accept gift cards. Don't do it. Don't ever. Somebody tells you to go to a cryptocurrency machine, don't do it. It's a scam. All right. So that's arrest warrant scams. Don't fall for them. Again, doesn't matter what the caller ID says. They can fake it, and we know they do it. Right? They'll call you. Your caller ID will show the sheriff's office. Don't trust it. Yeah, hang up and verify. Here's one fun little infographic for this one, too, that we have here. Has spot an arrest warrant scam, the anatomy of the scam. Cool graphics, right? Scammer impersonates local law enforcement. They call victims claiming a warrant is out for their arrest for missed fine or jury duty. They demand immediate payment, threaten imminent arrest. The fines are not paid instantly over the phone. They use deceptive tactics to appear real, right? They fake the caller ID. They show the real sheriff's office number. They may even provide fake paperwork. All right, so how do you protect yourself? Never trust your caller ID, right? You always got to hang up. Doesn't matter who they say they are. No matter what they know about you. You always got to hang up and verify. Official channels, right? And also, law enforcement never asks for payment over the phone. No legitimate agency is going to demand payment over the phone like that and threaten arrest if you don't. Okay? So the golden rule, again, I'm going to say it 100 more times probably. Hang up and verify. If you receive a suspicious call, hang up. Call the agency back directly. Don't trust it. Arrest warrant scams, watch out for them. We got a video about that. Check it out. And we have some media clips in that video too. So head over to our YouTube channel later. Check out the arrest warrant scam video. Next scam we're going to talk about here, and we're going to start seeing this one picking up a lot more, is tax and IRS impersonation scams. Right? That's when fraudsters impersonate tax authorities. Sometimes they claim the victim owes taxes and must pay immediately to avoid penalties or arrest. Right? Other times, they'll say they need to confirm information because you're entitled to some kind of refund or deposit. Right? Very common scam narratives that these IRS impersonation scammers use. Right? We have a few text message examples I'm going to share with you here. And the first one, they're impersonating the Internal Revenue Service. It says, you're eligible to receive a $1,400 economic impact payment. Please provide your accurate personal information. We'll deposit the amount into your bank account or mail you a paper check. And then it has a fake link to click. All right, don't click the link. Never click links that come through text messages, emails. Don't trust them. All right, and our second example, New Jersey Department of Taxation. Your refund request has been processed and approved. Please provide accurate payment information by September 16th, 2025. Right, so this example is only from a few months ago. Funds will be deposited into your bank account or mailed to you via paper check within 1 to 2 business days. And you see the fake link there, right? So we see them impersonating the IRS. We see them impersonating the New Jersey Department of Taxation. And then we have another example here from Colorado. We're impersonating the Colorado Department of Revenue. Your refund request has been processed and approved. Please provide accurate payment information by October 22nd. Again, a couple months ago. We will deposit the funds into your bank account or mail a paper check within 1 to 2 business days. And they list some official partnerships, ESL Bank, Chase, Finger Lakes, right? Just trying to make it sound more legitimate. Right? And there's a fake link. Also, this one has a little bit of a threat under fake link too. It says, failure to submit required payment by October 23rd will permanently disqualify you from receiving this refund under section blah, blah, blah of the Colorado Revenue Taxation Code. Right? So they're trying to scare you too into clicking the link. So 3 examples of scammers impersonating the IRS or Department of Taxation or Department of Revenue, right? 3 different states, right? This is in all the states, right? So when you get messages like these asking you to confirm your information, claiming to be from the IRS or Department of Revenue, don't trust it. Be aware that this is a very specific scam, especially the one that's saying you're eligible to receive a $1,400 economic impact payment, right? That example, that was actually provided by the IRS this year. So that warning came directly from the IRS. And they said, 1, they are not offering a $1,400 economic impact payment. And 2, if they were, they would not be text messaging you in this way. This isn't how the IRS and the Department of Revenue send out notifications to people, right? They use official paperwork. If you're signed up with them and actually using their accounts, then maybe you'll get some emails too. But look, they don't send text messages like this. Right? They're always going to send official paperwork. So don't fall for these IRS impersonation, tax impersonation scams, especially as we start entering tax season. And then just because this example was the one where it says, you're entitled to a refund. You're trying to get your banking information and personal information from you, right? But watch out for those phone call impersonations too, where they call up and they say you owe back taxes or you owe penalties or fees. Be suspicious of those scams too. That's not how the IRS handles that either. They don't just call you over the phone and say you got to make a payment. Right? It's all, they always use official paperwork and notify you that way first. So don't fall for these scammers, especially as tax season approaches. Big scam. Moving along here, how are we all doing out there? If you just joined us, make sure to say hi in the chat. Let me know you're watching. Give us a thumbs up, a like. Give some reactions over on YouTube. Love to hear from you. We have the agenda up on the screen here, going through lots of scams this evening, sharing lots of examples, and informing you so you can protect yourself, protect your loved ones from falling victim to a scammer. Staying on the topic of government impersonation scams here, we have Social Security impersonation scams. These have started to increase lately and expect to see more since the beginning of the year. These types of scams always increase during the beginning of the year because changes are happening with Social Security and taxes and things are being done. So scammers take advantage of that, right? So watch out for these Social Security impersonation scams. That's when scammers impersonate Social Security. And they'll claim there are problems with the victim's number or benefits. They'll threaten action unless immediate payment or information is provided. And sometimes they'll send fake emails that appear to be from Social Security, but link to dangerous websites. And the example I'm going to share with you here is of an email. And it's a fake statement. Right? So the email, make it a little bigger here for you. The left-hand side is how it looks on your mobile device. The right-hand side is how it looks on your computer. It's a little harder to tell that's a scam on your mobile device because you can't see as much details. Right? But as you can see here on the left, you get this email. It says from Department of. That's all it says, Department of. And it says, get your new information now. To see your statement, please download the file from this link. All right, we hope you'll find your new statement useful and informative. Thank you for using the Social Security Administration's services. All right, so they're saying that you have a statement to download from Social Security. And the link, I'll make it a little bigger for you if you can see here, the link, they actually make it look like it points to SSA.gov, but it doesn't. It's a scam. All right, if you click that link, you actually get malware and a virus installed on your device. Right. Now, if we look at the same email over on the right-hand side here on a computer, you could see a little bit more details about this email. First of all, you could see the email address. And now you can notice, well, this isn't from IRS.gov. This is actually from, or SSA.gov. This is actually from some foreign email address that .co.ke. That's actually a Kenyan email address, by the way. But the important part is it's not from a .gov email address, right? So notice how SSA.gov, government websites end in .gov. So if you're getting emails from .com or .co, don't trust it. Right? Also, notice this link here. So when you hover over it, don't click, but when you hover over it, we can see it doesn't actually go to SSA.gov. They made it look like it does, but it doesn't. It actually goes to some other random website which downloads malware onto your device, infects with a virus, right? So don't fall for this email if you get it. It's still floating around. This has been floating around for about a year now. This example was originally reported February 6th. So it's almost been a year, and we still see reports of this email coming in as of last week. There are still reports. So watch out for this fake statement email that claims to be from Social Security. Right? And also watch out for phone calls, just like we mentioned before, phone calls impersonating Social Security. Right? Claiming that there's an issue with your account or a problem with your benefits. They might try to steal your personal information or even try to steal your money. Right? So don't fall for these Social Security impersonation scams. Lots of them happening right now. Lots of reports on the AARP scam tracker map. I'm sure later on in the live stream, because what we do to close out this live stream at the end is we go to AARP scam tracker map and we see what reports are coming in. I bet you these are going to be showing up. All right, so Social Security scams, watch out for them, especially this time of year. We're moving along here. How we all doing? Say hi. Let me know you're watching, everybody. A little too quiet this evening. Give me some reactions. Say hi in the chat, in the comments. Let me know you're here. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Checking on the Facebook comments and Instagram. Seems a little quiet over there, but if you're watching, say hi. Give us a thumbs up, like, a follow. Plenty of stuff coming up. We're streaming for a couple more hours this evening, so share this live stream. Invite some friends. Let's get some more people in here. Lots of good stuff still coming up this evening. Lots of good stuff. And look, it only takes one mistake. That's all it takes. And you can lose everything. So, an ounce of prevention, tuning in, sticking it out, listening to these examples. That can make all the difference when you're targeted. And you will be targeted. You will be targeted. And in fact, since 2020, as far as seniors go, it's probably just as bad for overall, but as far as seniors go, since 2020, losses have quadrupled. 4 times, right? Quadrupled since 2020, right? Because we just got the updated stats for 2024 of how much was lost, right? So let's put it this way. In 2020, seniors reported losing $600 million to scams, right? That was in 2020, $600 million. 2024, right? 4 years later, $2.4 billion in losses to scammers, right? So 4 times in 4 years. So these scams, they're not slowing down. They're not slowing down. They're only increasing, and hey, they're winning, right? But anyway, let's keep going here. Again, if you're just joining, hit that like button. Say hi. Give us a shout out. Let me know you appreciate what we're doing over here. Make sure to subscribe to our free mailing list, scamware101.com. Head over there, subscribe to the email list. It's free. We'll send you some scam awareness alerts and keep you updated when we release new content. All important stuff to be aware of. Next scam we're going to talk about. And by the way, let me know if, as we go through these scams, let me know in the comments and the chat if you've been targeted by these scams too. Undeliverable package scams. This one actually picks up a lot during the holidays too. But this is when victims receive fake notifications about undeliverable packages and are asked to click a link to resolve. The link opens a fake website impersonating UPS, FedEx, and USPS, and any personal or financial details provided by the victim are stolen by the scammers. There never was a package. All right. And this scam, we see it a lot. And the whole idea is they're trying to trick you into providing payment details, right? They're saying your package was undeliverable. Click here to update your information. Right. So they're going to try to steal your personal information, but there's no package. It's all a scam. Right. And typically we see these on text messages. There are email versions too. But here's a couple examples of some text message versions here. The left example here, you see this UPS ground, reschedule your shipment delivery. We attempted to deliver your UPS package on June 23rd. Right, a little grammar mistake there. A little red flag when you see something like that. But we were unable to contact you and delivery could not be completed. Your package needs to be signed for in person, so please reschedule delivery by doing the following. And it's got a link to click. Don't trust it. It's a scam. Right? If you click that link, it's going to take you to a fake website that looks like UPS. It's going to try to get your payment details. It's going to try to say, pay this $3 redelivery fee, but it's a scam. Right? The other example here on the right side is a text message that has an attachment to it, a file attached. Right? Never open file attachments that you weren't expecting, whether it's in an email or a text message. If you see a file attached or it instructs you to open a file, don't do it. Right? File attachments can install malware on your device. At the very least, they're going to take you to a fake website. Also, notice this example here. It has USPS's logo there. It looks very professional, very legit, right? But it's a scam. Don't click that link. Don't open those attachments. Remember, UPS, FedEx, USPS, they'll never send text messages like this. They don't do that. They don't send you notifications like this out of the blue. All right. If you're going to get a notification from UPS, it's because you requested it first. It's not because some random package was delivered, right? So don't trust it. This is a scam. If you get any messages that claim to be from UPS, FedEx, USPS, all right, claiming a package is waiting for you, don't trust it. Don't click the links. Don't open the attachments. And by the way, those are very important rules and guidelines there. Right, don't click links. Don't open attachments if you weren't expecting them. How scammers get you. Got another cool little infographic here about this scam. Scammers impersonate USPS and other carriers with fake texts and emails about undeliverable packages to steal financial information via fake websites. Right, and it breaks it down here for you. It says, you receive a fake text about a delayed or undeliverable package. Creates a false sense of urgency to act quickly. Right? The message directs you to a fake website via link or attachment. The site mimics the official USPS website, but it's scammer controlled. You're asked for a small payment to redeliver the non-existing package. It's a trick to steal your credit card details. Right, so don't fall for it. And look, this scam, so many people fell for it. A researcher was able to get into one of these criminal organizations' networks and discover some information about their scam, this specific USPS impersonation scam, this undeliverable package scam. And for that specific organization that he was able to get into their system and learn a little bit about, they had stolen almost 500,000 credit cards from victims already. They had 438,000 credit cards numbers from victims. All right, so that's almost 500,000 credit cards at these scammers. That was one group doing this scam. And who knows how many other groups and how many other credit cards got stolen by those groups, right? So look, always remember, USPS won't send unsolicited text messages, right? None of those delivery services will. Right? Unless you request it, they're not going to send these messages. And you have to request it per package. Right? So don't think they're going to start sending you updates for all your packages. It's a scam. Don't trust it. Right? Red flag number 2, USPS text will never contain links or attachments. Right? Don't trust links or attachments. And red flag number 3, USPS never requires payment for package redelivery. Always keep that in mind too. Right? They're just going to keep on trying to redeliver it, and they're going to leave a sticker on your door if they can't deliver it. They're not going to send you a text message. All right. And then one last thing, always remember, this scam isn't limited to just USPS. Right? We know this UPS, FedEx, Amazon, then USPS. Right? It's pretty much any delivery service, DHL. Right? So don't fall for this undeliverable package scam. It's an extremely common scam, especially during the holidays. Right? It's probably picked up a lot right now too because the holidays just passed. Be aware, don't fall for it. How are we all doing this evening? Let me know if you're watching. Say hi in the chat. Leave a comment. Hit that thumbs up. Give us a like, follow, subscribe. We would truly appreciate it if you join our mailing list. If you don't subscribe to our mailing list yet, go to scamaware101.com and hit join mailing list. It's free to join. We'll keep you updated with when we post new information, new content, give you some scam alerts. You can unsubscribe at any time, but really we don't send out a lot of emails. It won't be a lot. It won't be annoying, I promise. So make sure to join our free mailing list. Scamaware101.com, hit join mailing list. Also, follow us on your favorite social media. We have links on our homepage here. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram, and X. Like, subscribe, follow. Really does help. Really does help. If you're watching on YouTube, give us some reactions. Let us know you're there. Say hi in the comments, in the chat. Want to hear from you. Check out our YouTube store or our merch store on our website. We got coffee mugs, travel mug available, mouse pads, stickers, all good stuff to help you remember to stay scam aware. And of course, you could donate. Scamaware101.com/donate. We also have super thanks enabled over on YouTube and memberships if you want to help out that way. We appreciate it. Now, with that said, let's keep continuing with some of these scams here. Next scam we're going to talk about. There's some new content, actually. Some new content for you people. Some common social media scams. All right. So look, common social media scams. The latest report that came out from the FTC about the older folks out there, but still applies to younger folks, but they said social media was actually the number one attack method for scammers. Now, I'm phrasing that wrong, but what I mean by that, it was the number one starting point for scams. More scams started on social media than by phone calls, by text messages, by emails, right? More scams were reported starting on social media, right? Specifically, the big ones were romance scams and investment scams. The investment scams that start on social media was actually the highest loss amount out of all the scams and all the starting points. It was investment scams that started on social media, right? So let's talk a little bit about social media scams. Maybe it's a little bigger for you here. And specifically, we're going to talk a little bit about the comments on social media, because that's a common way for these scammers to reach you, right? If they try to message you directly, a lot of times, Facebook, you're not going to get those messages, right? It's in a spam folder or it's hidden, right? Because they're not your friend. But the comments, they're going to try to approach you in the comments, right? And it doesn't take long to track down these scammers in Facebook comments. And here's a few examples for you right off the bat, right? We have fake prize and sweepstakes winner scams. And you can see here 3 comments, 3 examples, right? One impersonates a Reba McEntire fan club, right? It says, "Congratulations, you have been selected as one of the random winners. Your name has appeared on the winning list. Please get back to me upon receiving this message." Right? So that's a comment that they leave on someone's post, right? Claiming that they won a prize. But it's just another way for them to approach you with a fake prize scam, right? Here's another one. This is a fake profile that impersonates a radio station. It impersonates the Eagle 100.9. It says, "Jessica, congratulations on your being chosen as today's winner. Visit my page." Right? So it's another scam. They're trying to open up a conversation like you're some kind of winner. But when you reach out to them, they're going to try to scam you. Right? And here's another example in the Facebook comments. It says, "Lorraine, you won. Visit my profile." Right? It's all part of the scam. They approach you on social media. And a lot of times these fake prize scams, at the very least, they're going to try to steal your personal information or try to get your banking details, say they're going to deposit money or something, right? But a lot of times what they'll do is they'll try to get you to pay fees and taxes first on this imaginary fake prize, right? So you pay all these fees and taxes or delivery fees thinking that you're getting this prize, right? But it's all part of the scam. You pay those fees, you pay those taxes, but then there's no prize and it never arrives, right? So watch out for these fake prize and sweepstake scams in Facebook comments, right? Even these ones that impersonate a celebrity like Reba McEntire or a radio station like the Eagle, right? This one says Toby Mac giveaways. Is Toby Mac somebody famous? I don't know. That sounds like it could be a country singer. Is that a country singer or something? So maybe that's impersonation. I don't know. But look, watch out for these fake prize scams everywhere, but especially social media comments or on Facebook. All right. A little bit more about these social media scams. Again, I'm going to pick on Facebook because that's what I have most examples from. And in fact, I'm going to test something out here. Let me see if is my Facebook stream still going okay? Because every time I talk trash about Facebook, it seems like they disconnect me from the stream and it errors out. So, all right. So right now it looks like I'm still streaming strong on Facebook. But I'm going to continue bashing them here and we'll see what happens. And we can witness it together if they disconnect me here. But the next example of these harmful comments in Facebook, right? They put links, malicious links in the comments, right? Always need to watch out for links. And in these examples, what they are is they're leaving comments on like media reports, right? Like on Fox News or some other Facebook news page, right? And they'll leave these comments that say, I saw it all unfold live. Here's raw footage they're not showing. And then there's a link, right? Someone says, I managed to record the moment it happened. And they put a link. I froze for a second, then hit record button. This is what I saw. And then they put a link. But they're all fake links. They're going to take you to a malicious website that tries to install malware on your device or scam you, right? They don't have any recordings. This is all fake. But they're leaving these comments trying to trick people. These people come to look at a news report or something that's going on. It could be happening in real time. It could be like breaking news or something happening locally, right? And they go to this news report and they check the comments and they see in the comments, it's all happening in real time. They see in the comments, somebody saying, oh, I got footage right now. And this is what I just saw. And, they click on the link, not thinking this might be a scammer. So don't fall for these malicious links that people put in Facebook comments, especially in those news posts and things like that they reply to. Okay. Another example of a common social media scam, especially that you'll find in the Facebook posts here, or Facebook comments, are messages or friend requests from strangers. And what I mean by that is they'll leave you a comment saying, hey, can you send me a message? Or hey, can you send me a friend request? For example, in these 3 examples, she put, hello, sorry for the inconvenience. I saw your profile and it's really very interesting. You seem like a great person, so I'd really like to have you as a friend. I think we could keep in touch since I'm new here on Facebook. Please send me a friend request. I'm waiting to accept you. This is a scammer, right? And this is actually another version of a wrong number scam. We'll talk about that one later. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to befriend you. They're trying to gain your trust. They want you to send them a friend request. They want you to message them, right? But then they're going to target you with some kind of investing scam or a romance scam, right? Because those scams, the most common starting point was on social media, and this is how they start. You think it's just an innocent friend request, somebody that liked your post, and they're, oh, you're cool, let me be your friend, right? It's a scammer. Okay. Another example. Jim, I have some questions for you. Could you please send me a private message or add me as a friend? Thanks. It's a scam. Right? They're just trying to trick you into sending a friend request and add them as a friend, because then they can communicate with you and try to scam you. They can try to gain your trust, and they might spend a week or two trying to gain your trust before they even bother trying to scam you. But eventually, they're going to try to get you to download an investment app, cryptocurrency, or they're going to hook you into a romance scam and try to get gift cards from you. And one more example of these requests that happen in the comments. Debbie, text me on Messenger, please. I just want to ask you something important. It's private. If it's okay with you. It's all a scam. They're just trying to get her to send a message on her as a friend. Right? So very common social media scams that you'll run into there. And these are all real examples that I pulled from Facebook comments. And they were not hard to find at all. Just go check out like a news Facebook page for a news organization and check out some comments, and you'll pretty much find these bots and these scammers. You'll see them posting this multiple times to different people and across different posts. So watch out for these scams, these fake prize and sweepstakes scams, these harmful links and comments, these message and friend requests from strangers on social media. Look, again, I can't stress this enough. Social media was the #1 starting point for scams. Like, it's taken over. More money was lost to scams that started on social media last year than phones or text messages. It was #1 starting point. So watch out for these social media scams. Don't fall for it. Don't become a stat. And be careful. Next scam we're going to talk about here. Again, if you're just joining, say hi. Let us know in the chat. Leave a comment. Let us know you're watching. Next scam we're going to talk about here. Let me get the window back to regular size. There we go. Okay. So this next one, this is a website. We just call it a website scam, but it's actually a fake virus alert. All right. Now we're going to talk about tech support scams in a little bit as well. And those, we're going to talk about fake virus alerts too. But this is actually a malicious app download, right? So you'll be browsing the internet, whether it's on your computer or your phone, and you'll get one of these pop-ups. Let me make it a little bigger so you can see here. You'll get pop-ups that might look like this. Your system is heavily damaged by 2 viruses. if you do not remove the virus now, it will cause severe damage to your phone. Right? And then it says to tap the button and install the app for free to speed up and fix your browser now. This is a scam. Don't do it. It's the same thing as clicking a link. This is a scam. You don't really have a virus. This is just a fake website pop-up. And the reason these are so dangerous is because any device that you're browsing the internet on, whether it's your phone, your computer, an iPhone, a Windows, it doesn't make a difference. If you're browsing the internet, you get one of these fake pop-ups that tries to trick you into downloading a malicious app. And sometimes they try to trick you into calling a phone number, right, for tech support. We're going to talk about that in a little bit too. But this is an example of them trying to get you to download a malicious app. And what happens is you never want to download something malicious onto your computer because it could give the scammer access to your device. Once they have access, they could possibly get into your bank accounts and get other information from you, any financial details you have on file, right? So don't let these scammers onto your device. Don't download apps from pop-ups. Right? It could be a scary situation, right? They tell you have viruses, put it in red. Sometimes they have it flashing. Sometimes they have it playing something on loop saying, you're infected, you're infected. But don't fall for it. It's a scam. Right. And the number one piece of advice I give people when it comes to these fake pop-ups and virus alerts and things like that, right? The number one piece of advice I give to people is that you should already have in mind who you're going to call if you find yourself in a situation like this, right? If you get a virus alert and you're concerned that it's real, instead of clicking the button or calling the number that's going to lead you to a scammer, already have in mind who you're going to call, right? Whether it's the local computer shop, that family member that's good with computers, maybe somebody at work or from a group or club that you're a member of that's good with computers, right? But already have in mind who you're going to call for help if you need help with your computer. That's all. Don't click these buttons. Don't call tech support numbers that you aren't familiar with. And don't fall for these scams, these fake pop-ups, these fake virus alerts, right? They're very common, whether you try to get you to download an app or call a number, these fake virus alerts. All right, be aware that they're out there and they're a scam. Hey, how we doing? Good to see you. Ava, I think that says. Yeah, Ava, right? Good to see you, Ava. Welcome to the live stream. I have the chat windows a little far from my screen here, I just noticed, so things are a little blurry. Don't got the best eyesight, but I think this is Ava, right? Good to see you, Ava. Welcome to the live stream. Anybody else who just joined, say hi. Let me know you're here. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've been targeted by any of these scams. Make sure you give us a like and a thumbs up, a follow. We're trying to put something good out there. Trying to put something good out there and make a difference. Warn anybody could be targeted by these scams, and everybody is. All right. So watch out for these fake virus alerts that try to get you to download a malicious app. And then the next scam we're going to talk about before we take our quick first 5-minute coffee break, because we're streaming until at least 8:45. So we got probably at least another 2 hours. We'll probably go after 8:45. So we're still got another 2 hours left of all useful scam awareness details and information. So still time to share this live stream, invite some more friends. Let's get some more people in here. The more the merrier. And lots more to go. We're going to go over some red flags next after we get back from the break. But let's talk about romance scams. And this is also new content too. We usually haven't talked about these. So this is some new content that we're starting to build out here. And we're going to talk about each week is romance scams. Because this is a common scam. People are losing lots of money to these romance scammers. All right, so some things to keep in mind when it comes to these romance scams. So victims get targeted through social media, like on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, right? Dating websites and dating apps, through wrong number scams, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. All right, and they use these common scam narratives, and they make up these excuses of why they can't meet, right? And looking through reports, it seems like the three main excuses and scam narratives that they use, right, when you meet these people through a website or a dating app, right? They say they can't meet in person because they're in the military and they're deployed overseas, right? They'll say they're in the army and they're deployed overseas, right? Another common narrative is they say they're an oil rig contractor and they're stationed on an offshore oil rig, right? Okay. And another narrative that they use, they say they're an international worker. They're overseas on business. Right? So those are three very common scam narratives that these romance scammers that they use as an excuse not to meet up and to go months with, only communicating through, messaging and things like that. Right? So don't fall for these common narratives. If you get introduced to somebody on a dating website, right, or befriended over the internet, and they're telling you that they're in the military or they're on an oil rig or they're an international worker, be suspicious. Those are just very common scam narratives. Right? Don't trust it. Right? And what happens is these scammers, they gain your confidence. They'll spend weeks and maybe even months building up your confidence that this is a real relationship, that you have a connection with this scammer, right? And then what they'll do is they fabricate emergencies, right? They'll say that suddenly there's a medical emergency, or there's a legal issue, or there's visa or passport fees for them that they have to take care of to travel and meet you, or there's flight and travel expenses. They start coming up with these excuses and these emergencies where they need help from the victim, right? And then they say, well, send gift cards, send cryptocurrency, right? Use Walmart's OnePay that we talked about earlier, right? Wire transfers, right? Because those are all ways that you could send funds to this scammer where the scammer knows you won't be able to retrieve them. If you realize that you're being scammed, you're not going to be able to get those funds back. Gift cards, they get cleared out immediately, right? Once you send them over pictures of the gift cards, that's it. You're not going to get that funds back. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, very hard to recover that. Every now and then you hear about someone that got lucky, right? But very hard to recover that, right? Most of the time, it's 99% of the time you're not going to get it back, right? OnePay and Walmart, same thing as a prepaid gift card. You're not going to get the money back once it's sent. Wire transfers, all red flags. When people are asking you to make payments or send money in this way, don't fall for it. It's a scam, right? And that's what these romance scammers, how they like to get paid too. So don't fall for these scams. The main point about these romance scammers, again, don't fall for those scam narratives where they say, I'm in the military, so I can't meet with you, or I'm on an oil rig and I can't meet with you, or I'm working international, I'm overseas. Very common narratives. Don't fall for it. And by the way, check out the Tinder Swindler over on Netflix. It's a cool little documentary about these romance scammers. And this lady, I think she lost a few $1 million to the scammer and her romance scam. So always good to check out documentaries about this stuff and to learn about these scams. It's entertaining too. So watch out for these romance scams. Again, social media. They start off with those comments to you on social media saying, hey, you seem nice, let's be friends. That's how these start. Don't fall for it. And now it's time for our first 5-minute coffee break in a moment of the evening. Let me check on the chat, see how we're doing there. So we got Ava. We deal with victims from these types of scams. Oh, how so? How do you deal with victims? Is it a recovery service? I hope it's not a recovery service, because a lot of those are scams. In fact, I get comments from recovery services all the time trying to scam my viewers. But I'd love to hear how you deal with victims from these types of scams. Hopefully something good out there trying to help them or educate them. It takes a village. It really does. I'm trying to do my part just by getting the word out there. But it's a losing battle. I hate to say it, it really is. Right now, it's a losing battle. But we can try to help who we help. Try to help who we can. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, maybe there's a way we could collaborate and work together. And depending on what you do, how you deal with victims, of these types of scams, maybe I could help promote you a little bit too if it's you're legit. So I'd love to hear more about it. Feel free to check out the contact info on scamware101.com. Send me an email if you want. Which, by the way, I'm always looking to collaborate with other people and get the word out about these scams too. If you're just joining us, welcome to the live stream. We've been streaming since 5:45 p.m. Eastern, so about an hour, 15 minutes in, going up about an hour and a half. We're about ready to take our quick first 5-minute break of the evening. We usually take 2 quick 5-minute breaks just to get recaffeinated, fill up the Scamware 101 travel mug. Got to stay on point, caffeinated, and ready for everybody out there. Let's update the timeline here. We're doing a whole bunch of new content tonight. So I'm updating the timeline as I go along because I have no idea how some of it's going to take. Oh, no kidding. So it was saying we report to our head of cyber threats team for banks, Zell's websites. Yep, Zell's. Yep. And we work with RMP and FBI and have 3 agents for IC3s. Oh, good. So you guys like try to track down the scammers. You take reports. Interesting. RCMP, huh? Have you had any? I would love to hear some success stories. You must have some interesting stories doing that. Dealing with scammers, tracking them down, or I'd love to hear some stories. Hey, maybe. Hey, depending on what it is, man, I'll even love to get involved. Is there any way I could help? Send me an email. Let me know. You could do a video. Get the word out there. I'd love to hear some insights from you too. Good stuff. All right, everybody. Time to take that quick 5-minute, refill this coffee mug. If you haven't hit that like button yet, hit that like button. We're going to be back in 5 minutes. Lots more scams coming up, but we're going to actually kick off the next section or the next segment with some red flags to watch out for. Right, being able to spot these red flags. So stay tuned. Go refill your coffee cup too. And in about 5 minutes, we're going to continue. Here's a theme song for you to enjoy while we're refilling our coffee cup.
Yo, it's Jared in the booth, spitting scammer juice. They fishing in your inbox, man, they stealing your youth. Phishing emails, got that urgent in the line. Click that link and your bank account's not fine. Fake tech support, they call you at noon. Your PC's infected, yeah, they're singing that tune. Pig butchering scams, fat wallets to slice. Invest in the fake love, but you're paying the price. Scammer World 101, keep your eyes wide open. If the deal seems sweet, man, they're probably hoping. Snatch your cash, leave you broke in despair. Stay woke, my people, man, these crooks don't care. Wrong number text, they pretend they know you. Acting all friendly till they ask for a few. Grandparent scam, your grandson's in jail. Send the bail quick or his freedom might fail. Arrest warrant scam, police are on the line. Pay now or else they're taking your time. Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears or sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate. Acting all friendly till they ask for a few. Grandparent scam, your grandson's in jail. Send the bail quick or his freedom might fail. Arrest warrant scam, police are on the line. Pay now or else they're taking your time. Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears, they'll sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate.
Hi, everybody. We're going to continue here in 2 minutes. Refilled the coffee mug. As we catch up on the chat here, got some conversations going. Oh, cool. Yeah, Ava, I'd love to get that information too. If you don't feel comfortable putting it in the chat, feel free to send me an email. But I'd love to follow and see what you're doing out there. Said Ava, right? Yeah. All right, everybody, we'll just get started in a couple seconds here. I'm just pulling up the next batch of slides. All right, 7:15. We're back. We're going to continue with the live stream here. For this next portion of the live stream, we're going to go into some red flags to be aware of. Oh, thanks, Ava. Hey, I appreciate that. That's why I'm putting it out there. Trying to get the word out. Feel free to invite them, share them. Every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. Do it every week. We cover a lot of same scams, but I try to include more examples with them and switch it up. But right now we're going to go over some of the red flags, too. But before we do that, if you're just joining the live stream, thank you for joining. Say hi in the chat, in the comments, let me know you're watching. I'm Jared with Scamware 101. And our mission is to spread awareness about common scams that target individuals just like you, me, your friends, your family, your loved ones, right? Because we're being targeted from all directions, whether it's text messages, emails, phone calls, even traditional snail mail from the postal service, right? We're being targeted from all over the place. All it takes is one mistake. Unfortunately, these funds get stolen and most of them are never recovered, right? Every now and then you hear about some progress and, some do, but most of these funds don't get recovered. So too many retired people are losing their life savings. That's not right. It's not right. So we try to make a dent here by spreading awareness and showing examples. We show real examples. We play you phone calls of these scams. We show you real text messages of these scams. We show you emails of these scams. We want to show you real examples, which is something that kind of sets us apart from the rest. So, but appreciate what we're doing. Hit that like, subscribe, follow. We have YouTube super chats enabled. If you want to send us a few bucks that way, we always appreciate it. We got memberships enabled. You can donate directly. Scamware101.com/donate. Anything helps, but don't feel obligated. But the option is there. And we appreciate you. Now, with that said, let's continue with the next segment of our live stream here. We're going to talk about some red flags. We also have a video about these 5 red flags on our YouTube channel as well. So you go share it with somebody or add it to your playlist. All right. Oh, which, by the way, Ava, a lot of these scams that we're talking about too, I do have videos about them as well. So feel free to go check out those videos. And there have been other companies, other people, they go find my videos and they use it for training. So feel free to go check out those videos. You're more than welcome to use the YouTube videos in your training. They're public. They're there for you to use. So, but anyway, let's talk about these 5 red flags. The first red flag we're going to talk about, you're talking to a stranger online, right? They direct you to a third-party chat app like Telegram or WhatsApp to continue the conversation, right? So why would a scammer direct you to a third-party chat app? Well, it's easier for them to communicate with victims in other countries, right? And it also offers them more anonymity to hide behind, right? So it's very common for these scammers to initiate a scam through a traditional communication method, whether it's an email or a text message, right? But once that communication is established, they'll try to move it over to WhatsApp. Hey, let's keep talking on WhatsApp. Hey, let's keep talking on Telegram. There's a big red flag that you're dealing with a scammer, right? And we see this a lot in certain scam playbooks, right? For example, romance scams. You meet you find a fake dating profile, right? To lure in new victims. So you're talking to a scammer, you don't realize it. You're talking to them through the dating app, and they direct you to keep talking on WhatsApp. It's a red flag, right? Wrong number scams. We're going to talk about those in a little bit. But you get a random text message from a scammer, right? And say, oh, I'm sorry, I had a wrong phone number, but you seem nice. Let's be friends, right? They try to befriend you, and then they say, hey, do you have WhatsApp? Let's talk on WhatsApp. They try to get you to continue talking on there, right? And investment scams, right? They try to get you into these WhatsApp and Telegram groups. And the reason they do that is they try to pump up an investment. They try to make you think that other people are interested in this investment. And again, it's also easier for them to scam you on these third-party chat apps. So anyway, watch out for that as a red flag. You're talking to a stranger you just met. They're trying to get you to download an app at all or use a third-party chat app like WhatsApp or Telegram. Big red flags. Big red flags. All right, so watch out for that. That's red flag number 1. They try to get you to use a third-party chat app like Telegram or WhatsApp to continue the conversation. Just reading the chats here. Cool. Let's read what's going on in the chat. Good stuff. All right, let's continue. Red flag number 2. This is a big one. Red flag number 2. If you remember any of these red flags, let it be this one. They request payment in gift cards, prepaid cards, and cryptocurrency, or depositing cash at a Bitcoin ATM. All right, so look, scammers love getting paid in these unusual forms of payment because it's easier for them to move and transfer the funds quickly, right? But it's also harder for victims to recover the money after it's sent, right? You purchase these gift cards and send them pictures of it. As soon as they receive those pictures, those gift cards they're getting cleared out, right? You're not gonna be able to get those funds back, right? Same thing with prepaid cards or those Walmart One accounts that I mentioned earlier, and cryptocurrency. Any mention of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, they tell you to go to Bitcoin ATM or to use a cryptocurrency machine. If they direct you to any type of ATM machine like that, mentioning Bitcoin, don't do it. It's a scam. Don't trust it. Right. So some scams where it's part of the playbook to request those unusual forms of payment. I mean, most of them, but I'm just going to give you some examples. IRS and Social Security scams. Right. It's when scammers impersonate government agencies and they ask for payment in gift cards or cryptocurrency. Right. It's a scam. Government agencies, they don't accept gift cards or cryptocurrency yet. Maybe they'll accept cryptocurrency one day, but as of right now, they don't. So if anybody calls you up or contacts you claiming to be from the government, IRS, Social Security, trying to get you to pay in gift cards or cryptocurrency, don't trust it. It's a scam. It's 100% scam. Right? Romance scams. We just talked about those. Right? Scammers will often request gift cards and cryptocurrency from their emotionally attached victim. Right? Which it would seem innocent to the victim. Oh, I'm just sending gift cards to someone that, is special to me. I'm just sending gift cards. And a lot of times they'll say, the scammer will set up a cryptocurrency account and they'll show the victim how to deposit into it. Right? And the victim thinks, well, I have access to this account because I'm depositing cryptocurrency. But they don't have access. They don't realize they're just sending the funds there. They have no way to retrieve them. Right? And again, the reason they prefer these unusual forms of payment, these scammers, these romance scammers or whatever the case, is because once you realize you're being scammed, very hard to get those funds back. Very hard, if not impossible. And then there's the bank impersonation scams, which we're going to talk about this quite a few more times. These bank impersonation scams, specifically where they tell you there's some kind of fraud that they're investigating, your money's not safe, your identity's been stolen. They try to get you to withdraw your cash from the bank, to withdraw your funds. Right? A real bank will never try to get you to withdraw your funds like that, right? Especially saying it's a security concern. Right? So look, they tell you to withdraw your funds, your cash, and then they send you to go to purchase gift cards or deposit money at a Bitcoin ATM. Right. So again, this red flag, super important because a lot of times this is the last chance for you to stop this scam. Right. If you get past this point, you're not going to get those funds back. Right. This is kind of like your last red flag where they tell you to purchase those gift cards. You're like, wait a minute, that's a red flag. It's a scam. They tell you to use a Bitcoin ATM. Wait a minute, that's a scam. Right? If you don't realize at that point, you're not going to have really any chance to realize it's after that. It's the last chance, right? So red flag number 2, they request unusual forms of payment, gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency, telling you to use a Bitcoin ATM. Don't fall for it. Dave, awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you. Use all the shares and all the views I could get. Again, just trying to spread the word. So I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. If there's anything else, feel free to reach out as far as collaborations goes or any way I can even help your organization too. Maybe if you guys discover some new things or get a warning out there about new scam tactics you discover, hey, that's what I'm here for, to get the word out, right? So let me know. Red flag number 3, they ask you to provide a code that was sent to your phone via text message. This is actually a very common scam. This is known as a verification code scam, verification scam or verification code scam. And what's happening here is you'll see this a lot on marketplace type websites, like on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or Nextdoor, I think is a popular one now that people are selling things on, right? On those websites that you sell and buy things on locally, right? And what happens is the scammer impersonates a buyer or seller, right? And they'll say something like, I just want to confirm your phone number is real, or I just want to confirm your identity. I'm going to send a code to your phone, right? But this is a scam, right? What happens is they're actually trying to open a new account that's linked to your phone, or log into an account that's linked to your phone, or reset a password that's linked to your phone, right? If you provide that code back to them, you're letting them do whatever malicious activity they're trying to do with your phone number, right? There's never any reason to provide a code to someone. Like if someone says they're sending a code to your phone and want you to get back to them, don't do it. It's a scam, right? You know, that's it's normal for like automated service, like banks and stuff like, but individual, like people you're talking to on a phone, if someone's saying they're going to send a code to your phone, don't trust it. And just to kind of clarify, you know, what's going on, just kind of, you know, make sure there's no misunderstanding here, right? What's happening is they could be trying to create an account, right? And they're putting your phone number in. Your phone gets that code as a security measure, right? If you give that code back to the scammer, he now has access to your account. He's trying to reset your password. He's trying to reset your password. You get a code sent to your phone as a security measure. If you provide that code back to the scammer, you're letting them reset your password, right? But then here's the big one. What these scammers like to do is they like to create Google Voice accounts. And they use those accounts to do their scams. And the thing with these Google Voice accounts is they could get a free phone number, but they need to use a unique phone number when they sign up, and they want to use yours. So what they do is they use your phone number, right? And if you give that code to it, you allow it. You return that code to them, you're letting them link your phone number to a fraudulent Google Voice account, right? And now your number is linked to this account they're using for scamming, right? So anyway, don't fall for this type of scam. There's many different versions out there. The point is, the red flag is that an individual, a stranger, is asking you to provide a code back to them that they're sending to your phone. They say they're going to text you a code, and to give them the code back, don't do it. It's a big red flag. It's a scam, right? Hope that was clear. I was getting a little tongue-tied a little bit during that one, but I think I recovered and made it clear. Let me know if anybody has questions. Which, by the way, if you're just joining, say hi in the chat. Let us know you're watching. Love to hear from you, right? Anything goes on these Thursday live streams, right? We have the agenda here. I stick to the agenda, but if there's questions or stories or things that people want to talk about in the chats, look, we get involved in that too. Like the Thursday night live streams, they're flexible, and so get involved. You have questions to ask, you have stories to share, I want to hear it. You know, what scams are you being targeted with? What scams are you seeing? You know, what scams have your friends or family unfortunately fallen for, right? And look, we want to get the word out, right? It takes a village, and you know, hopefully some of the information I'm putting out there, you'll turn around and you'll put it out there to your people, you know? You get the word out. That's how this all works. So make sure to like, follow, subscribe, join the free mailing list over here on scamaware101.com. I will send you reminders when we're going live. We'll send you some notifications when we put new content up. We don't abuse it. We won't send you junk mail or anything. It's a free mailing list. Join scamaware101.com. Join mailing list. Follow us for your social media. YouTube, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, and X. Let's continue talking about some red flags. We got 2 more left. We're talking about 5 red flags here. So red flag number 4. They ask to connect your PC to assist or investigate an issue. Look, this is a big red flag, and this is an important one too. You never want to let a scammer onto your device. And unfortunately, that's become more common over the years. It's become more common in the scammer playbook, where they try to access your device. Why would a scammer want to get on your device so bad? Well, once they get on your device, a lot of times they could steal your logins and passwords, right? You might have them stored in your browser, right? And if you have them stored or saved, right, the scammers, they get on your device, they can extract them. They have software that they can extract your logins, and they know what they are, right? They could encrypt, steal, or delete your personal files, your documents, your pictures, right? They could get access to any financial information you have saved, any tax returns you might have saved locally, for example, pictures, right? Embarrassing pictures. You know, they can blackmail you if there's private things in there. They have full access to everything, right? And then, of course, there's your banking websites. Once they get on your device, a lot of times they're using a tactic where you think you're dealing with the bank at first. You don't realize it. They're like, let us connect your device. We'll check your accounts, right? You let the scammer on your device thinking they're the bank. And they start saying, log into this bank account, log into that bank account. Sure, we'll check that one too. You don't realize it. You're opening your bank accounts to the scammer. You're showing them how many funds you have available. You're showing them what bank accounts you have, right? You never want to let a stranger onto your device, especially, if it's someone that you don't know or have never dealt with before, right? Which is a stranger. So look, some scams where it's part of a playbook where they try to connect to your device. There's a big one, especially for the older folks out there. The tech support scams with the fake virus alerts. We're going to talk about that one in a little bit. But these fake virus alerts pop up on your screen, and they trick you into calling a fake tech support number. They say, warning, you're affected. Call this number for free support or whatever, right? But it's a scam. You call that number, you actually connect to a scammer. They impersonate tech support, and the first thing they ask is, hey, can I connect your computer? Let me connect your computer. I'll remove the device, right? But that's a scam. That's how they're trying to get onto your device, right? So tech support scams. They're impersonating tech support. It's really a scammer. Don't fall for the fake virus alerts, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. So stay tuned. Still got some more good stuff coming up. Fake order scams, right? This is when they impersonate customer support. They trick you into calling. We actually discussed this one earlier. These fake order scams. When you get notified about a fake order that didn't really happen, right? And it says call this number to dispute it. You call the number to dispute it. You think you're talking to Apple or someone. You're actually talking to a scammer, right? And what they'll do a lot of times, they'll say, hey, let me connect your device and I'll see the notification. Right, but that's what they're using. That's the trick they're using to get on your device. I'm with customer support. Let me help you out. It's a scam. I'm with tech support. Let me help you out. It's a scam. Right. And then there's a fake fraudulent activity, that bank impersonation scams we were talking about earlier. Right. It's when the scammer reaches out to you. They impersonate an agency or the bank investigating fraud. Right. They convince you your money's not safe. Eventually, you're gonna have you try and transfer the funds. But one of the things they do is they say, let me connect your device and we'll check your bank accounts and we'll log into your accounts. And you end up in that scenario that I just outlined where a scammer is on your device and you're opening up your bank accounts, just freely showing them, hey, this is how much money I have in this account. This is how much money I have in that account, because they're impersonating an agency investigating fraud, right? Again, red flag is they try to connect to your PC or device. That's the red flag. Someone tries to connect your device, be suspicious. Only let trusted individuals that you know, trust and have used before onto your device, right? You don't want to let strangers on there. That's red flag number 4. They ask to connect your PC to insist or investigate with an issue. How we all doing out there? Let me know you're watching. Say hi in the chat and in the comments. We're going over some common red flags to help you spot and identify scams, protect yourself, and stop a scam before it's too late. We have a video about these 5 red flags. We also have a new video about 5 additional red flags too, so make sure to check out that video as well. Let me see how the other streams are going here. We're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I see HM Lomax over on Instagram. Good to see you if you're still there. I see a few people on Instagram. I'm not sure if I'm making it there in time to say hi, though. I think they're out of the chat by the time I get over there. But if you're on Instagram and you're watching, thank you. I see you. And hello. Say hi and let me know you're here. See how we're doing over on Facebook. Is Facebook still connected? It usually fails on me. Oh, looks like we're good on Facebook, too. Cool. Hey, anybody on Facebook, say hi. Let me know you're watching. Appreciate you all. Hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Really does help. And of course, everybody on YouTube here. I got my people over on YouTube. We got Johnny, we got Dave, we got Ava, who is now part of the crew. Good to see you all. Anybody else who's being quiet and hiding, it's okay. But hit that like button. Give us a thumbs up, a like, a follow. And join the free mailing list, scamaware101.com. Hit join mailing list. It's free to join. All right, let's talk about this last red flag number 5. And this is a big one, very common. They request that you keep the matter confidential or secret. So it's extremely common for scammers to ask for confidentiality. They don't want you to discuss the situation with other people. The more people you talk to, the more likely you'll be told it's a scam, right? So they want to keep you quiet. And a lot of times, the scammer will have a story or some fake narrative to try and trick you into staying quiet, right? And some scams where it's part of the playbook, most of them, but some examples for you. Grandparent scams, all right? We discussed grandparent scams earlier, right? It's when the scammer calls up and impersonates a loved one who's been in an accident and has been arrested. They impersonate the loved one first, granddaughter, for example, and then they impersonate a police officer. But basically, the red flag, the request for secrecy, what they do is they say, your granddaughter's embarrassed about the accident and the arrest. She asked you not to talk to anybody, right? It sounds innocent enough, but that little detail, that's actually the request for secrecy. That's their trick to try and get you to stay quiet and not tell anybody, right? Because if you start telling people, hey, I got a call from so-and-so, they said that they're in jail, need help, someone might point out it's a scam, right? So scammers try and give you an excuse of why you shouldn't tell anybody right now. Grandparent scam, they say it's because your loved one's embarrassed. Investment scams, they say it's because of inside tip or a price is just for you and not to share it. Inheritance scams, I'm going to show you an example of this one a little later. You get a letter impersonating a law office regarding an inheritance from some long-lost relative that you didn't know existed, right? The letter will request confidentiality. Who are they to tell you to keep an inheritance confidential? That's up to you, right? But anyway, that's the red flag and the trick they use. Right? There's the fake fraudulent activity and the bank impersonation, right? Where they say they're with the bank or they're with an agency investigating fraud. And what they'll tell you to keep you quiet is they'll say it's an active investigation, so you can't tell anybody or you could put the investigation at risk. And then we'll hold you responsible for ruining the investigation, right? They make it seem like if you tell anybody, you could blow the whole investigation. That's a big problem, right? But it's all a trick. They just want to keep you quiet, so you're less likely to find out it's a scam or someone's less likely to tell you it's a scam. Right, so that's the big red flag. Red flag number 5, they request that you keep the matter confidential or secret. All right. It's very common. And we'll see that in a lot of scams. So that's 5 red flags that indicate you're dealing with a scammer. Right, you should really stop, reassess the situation, and analyze what's going on. All right. So if you joined us a little late, again, we have a video about those 5 red flags. We also have a second video about 5 more red flags. So make sure to check out both of those. That's 10 red flags. But just in summary, if you joined us a little late, those 5 red flags we just discussed were: they direct you to a third-party chat app like Telegram or WhatsApp that continue the conversation, right? Some stranger you just met trying to get you to download a third-party app, saying, let's continue a conversation on Telegram or WhatsApp. Don't trust it. Suspicious. That's red flag number 1. Red flag number 2, and it's probably the most important one, they request these unusual forms of payment: gift cards, prepaid cards, cryptocurrency. They tell you to deposit cash at a Bitcoin ATM or a cryptocurrency ATM. Big red flags, don't trust it. We know scammers love those forms of payment. If somebody's asking you to do that, it's probably a scam. Red flag number 3, they ask you to provide a code that was sent to your phone via text message. It's actually a very common scam. They're probably trying to break into your account or register an account that's assigned to your phone fraudulently. Right? So you never want to provide a code back to an individual who says they're sending you a code to your phone. Don't trust it. It's a scam. Red flag number 4, they ask to connect your PC to assist or investigate an issue. Very common now for scammers to try and get access to your device. It's a gold mine to them, with passwords, files, all personal information, bank account, websites, etc. Right? Never want to let somebody on your device. It's a big red flag if someone's trying to access your device that you don't know and don't trust. Right? Especially when it's a tech support scam. It says you have a virus. Be suspicious. Don't let some tech support company onto your computer you never heard of. It's probably a scam. All right. So that's red flag number 4. They ask to connect to your PC to assist or investigate with an issue. And the final red flag was red flag number 5. They request that you keep the matter confidential or secret. Always a big red flag. Now, scammers don't want you talking to people. More people you talk to, more likely you are to be told it's a scam. So they try to keep it quiet. They make up excuses and stories of why you got to keep it silent and confidential. Don't fall for it. Big red flag, it's a scam. It's red flag number 5. They request you to keep it confidential or secret. So don't fall for it. 5 red flags, deal with a scammer. We're pretty much on schedule here. We're going to keep on going with some more common scams. Make sure to hit that like button. Like, follow, subscribe. We need all the likes, follows, subscribers that we can get on all your favorite social media platforms. YouTube, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, X. We appreciate all the likes and follows if you have any of those social media platforms. Check out our merch store. Get yourself a coffee mug, a Scamaware 101 coffee mug, or a travel mug with the top here. Keep your coffee nice and warm. We got some mouse pads on there, some stickers, some water bottles, all good stuff. Check it out on our YouTube store or our website here. We have the link to our gift shop, our merch shop here. Click that link and check out what we have to offer. Help support a good cause and, helps us get our information out there. We appreciate it. And finally, of course, we have memberships and super chats enabled. You want to toss us a few bucks through YouTube. We appreciate that. The option is there, and you can donate directly. Scamaware101.com/donate. We appreciate anything we can get. Now, with that said, we're going to keep on moving forward here with more common scams. We're coming up on our second hour here. We started live stream at 5:45 p.m. Eastern, so almost 2 hours ago. Let's see. How's my coffee looking here? I'm still good. I don't have to go on a second break yet anytime soon. All right, wrong number scams. Let's go. Okay, so wrong number scams. This is when scammers reach new victims by sending text messages to random phone numbers, right? You ever wonder why you get so many wrong number text messages? This is why. Because it's a scam. When someone replies wrong number, the scammer attempts to continue the conversation and build a trust with the victim, right? It may seem silly to you, and you might say, who would ever build up some kind of trust with a random text message? But again, you're dealing with very skilled scammers who do this for a living. And in fact, this is one of the most common ways that people get lured into investment scams, these cryptocurrency investment pig butchering scams. Maybe you've heard the term pig butchering, right? Or they get involved in romance scams. A lot of times they start from these random wrong number scams, right? Because the wrong number portion, that's just how a scam starts, right? Then it evolves. It evolves into romance or pig butchering scam, right? But the wrong number portion is how they initiate that conversation, how they reach the new victim. It's through the wrong number narrative. Oh, I sent it to the wrong number. I thought it was my friend's number. My mistake, but you seem nice. Let's be friends. What's your name? How old are you? Where are you from? Right, to start gathering information about you. It's all part of scam. All right, so don't fall for it. We have some examples I'm going to share with you here. Again, don't underestimate this type of attack, right? Whether it's a text message just from a random person, right? Or even going back to those comments on Facebook, those comments from random people that they're actually scammers, right? And they're trying to get in. They're trying to build up a friendship with you so they could target you with a romance scam or a pig butchering scam, all right? Which are two of the most common scams. The highest loss amounts were to those scams. They're up there. So, wrong number scams, right? You get a text message. It starts out innocently enough. It could start out with something as simple as excuse me, is this Emma? Or, hey, Anna, is this Josie? Right? Or it could even just start with a message that says, hi, right? That's all it takes. One message says hi, right? Because the whole idea is the scammer wants you to reply back. They don't care what you reply back with, but they want you to reply back. Because once you reply, you're telling them there's an active number. Target me with more scams, right? At the very least, replying, that's what happens. You know, even if you cut the conversation off after that, you still replied, and now they know your number's active, and they're going to target you with more scams, right? So the best thing you could do when you get these random text messages is not to reply at all. Not to reply at all. Even if you think it might be a legit wrong number text, like, you know, you can't reply. It's not worth the risk. Replying lets them know that your number's active, right? It also opens up communication for them to continue with their scam, right? So look, let's say you replied, which you shouldn't do, but let's say you did. This is what would happen. Okay. This example starts with hi, right? Reply back, hi, who's this? Failed the test already. Now they know it's a number. They're going to target you with more scams. And they'll come from different phone numbers. You can't block the number, right? They're going to just target you from different phone numbers now. But now they know your number is active, so you just open yourself up for more scams just by replying, right? Anyway, this is how it continues. I'm Karina. Are you David? We met last week at Linda's party. You picked this number for me. Reply back. Hi, sorry, you have the wrong number, right? At that point, conversation should end, right? It's been established as a wrong number. But because this is a wrong number scam, they're going to continue, right? So the scammer goes, oh my gosh, I checked and found out I entered the wrong area code. I hope this doesn't bother you, right? Reply back. That's okay. No problem. Again, conversation should end, right? It's been established as a wrong number. Since it's a scammer, they're going to keep going, right? Thank you very much. You are a very friendly and polite person. I hope we could be friends. Nice to meet you. My name is Karina. What can I call you? All right, reply back, Pat. Then reply back, you have a beautiful name. I'm from Malaysia, currently living in Los Angeles. Where do you live? Right? See what happens here? If it had been a legit wrong number, they would have been like, oh, sorry, wrong number, right? But it's a scam. And they targeted you with this fake wrong number narrative, right? Now it's established the wrong number, but now they're trying to get the conversation going. They're going to ask your name. They're going to ask where you live. They're going to ask your age, right? And then they're going to determine what scam to target you with. Wrong number scams. They're extremely dangerous. They're extremely dangerous. Because the person will build up a trust. If you even start engaging with them and talking to them, they're going to try to build up a trust with you. They're going to start sending you pictures, videos, phone calls. They're going to really try to build up that trust. But at the end, they're going to try to take everything you have. Whether it's through an investment scam, through a romance scam, don't trust it. These wrong number scams. A couple more examples for you here. All right, this is an example where they include a picture, trying to give you a little incentive to reply back. All right. Hi, Byron, I'm Jane. And there's a picture attached. I noticed this came in at 1:58 p.m. All right. No reply. All right. 4 hours later, 4 hours on the dot, 8:58 p.m. Right. So notice the first message came at 1:58. 4 hours on the dot, 5:58. Right. Follow up. Have you gotten the pictures I sent? Right. So the reason I point this out is because these wrong number scams, this isn't a real person. This is a bot. Okay. This is a bot that's sending out the same message, hundreds and thousands of other phone numbers, same message. Hi, Byron, I'm Jane. Same picture, the same female, right? And 4 hours later, if it didn't get a reply, they're programmed 4 hours later on the dot. Do the follow-up. Have you gotten the pictures I sent? Right? It's a bot. It's programmed 4 hours on the dot later, right? So it's programmed to gather your information, name, age, location, whatever. Eventually, you get handed off to a real scammer. But initially, you're just being targeted by a bot that's targeting hundreds and thousands of phone numbers in the exact same way. All right? So don't reply back. Don't notify the bot that your number's active. Don't provide your personal information to the bot. You know, and certainly don't end up downloading an app to invest with this new friend, you know, that you made. Now, don't purchase gift cards. Don't send cryptocurrency, right? This is a classic scam. This is how it starts, these wrong number scams. So we did a video about these wrong number scams on our website about a year ago now, a little over a year ago. It's got 102,000 views. 102,000. Usually our videos are lucky to get a couple thousand, right? This got 102,000 views. So it went viral, which was awesome. I could use a few more viral videos like that. But what was interesting is the comments. There was a lot of comments since there's so many views. Obviously, there was a lot of comments. And the people in the comments, they were confirming. They received the exact same text messages that were in that video. The same example on my screen right now. It was confirmed. Get the exact same picture, exact same message saying, hi, Byron, I'm Jane. All right. So, look, it's not your lucky day. All right. This is a scammer. So don't fall for it. Again, these wrong number scams, they could be dangerous. All right, just like those Facebook comment scams where they try to befriend you. Where hey, send me a message. Hey, add me as a friend. It's no different with these wrong number scams. They're just saying, hey, you seem friendly. Let's be friends. But they're after your money and they're going to try to take everything you have. Don't fall for it. You know what I mean? How we doing out there? Streaming live, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So say hi if you're watching. I see Juan over on the Instagram. Did I catch him? We'll see. Say hi if you're still there, Juan. Let me check Facebook, see how we're doing over on Facebook. A little quiet. But if you're watching, say hi. Let me know you're there. Shout out to Juan on the Instagram if you're still watching on Instagram. There he is. Sweet. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. We're streaming live to the world on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And for those just joining, make sure to hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. Feel free to purchase some merch. Got some coffee mugs, travel mugs, mouse pads, Scamware 101 stickers. And make sure to subscribe to our mailing list, scamware101.com. It's free to join. We'll keep you aware and up to date about common scams, let you know when we post new content. So scamware101.com, hit join mailing list. Next scam we're going to talk about. This one's important for the older folks out there to be aware of. So any younger folks watching, make sure the older ones in your life are aware of this one. And for yourself too. But we just know from the reports that the older folks, they're reporting as the most victims, to this scam, these tech support scams. These are those fake virus alerts I was mentioning earlier, right? We showed you one fake virus alert scam that tries to trick you into downloading an app earlier, right? The fake virus alert says download this app to clean it, right? That's a scam. Well, these tech support scams work similar, right? But these scams, they try to trick you into calling the scammer. You'll get the fake virus alert on your device, whether it's your computer, your phone, your desktop, doesn't matter what device, Windows, Mac, doesn't make a difference. You get one of these fake pop-ups, right? And they flash, they say you have a virus on your device, you need to call tech support right away, and they show a number to call, right? But it's a scam. If you call that number, you'll be connected to a scammer. The scammer will impersonate Microsoft or McAfee or some other tech support service, but it's a scammer, right? And this is one of those examples. One of the first things they're going to do is ask to connect your device. And that's what we just mentioned earlier about red flags, right? You never want to let one of these scammers on your device. Once they're on there, they can steal your logins, your passwords. They can install software that lets them access your device anytime they want, whether you're on it or not, right? You never want to let a scammer on your device. And these tech support scams, they trick you into calling the scammer. So let me show you some examples of these fake alerts you might get, and I'll tell you how to recognize these too. All right, so here's the first example. This one impersonates McAfee. Right, it says your PC is infected with viruses. Big scary red letters, right? Action required. Call McAfee helpline. And that's a number to call. That's how you know this is a scam. A real virus alert, it won't have a phone number to call. All right, so that's how you know it's a scam. That's a big giveaway, among other things. But the big giveaway is that it has a phone number to call. Real virus alerts do not have a phone number to call. All right, let's take a look at another example. Threats detected. This one impersonates Norton by Symantec. Right, so again, you're just browsing the internet, mind your own business, and then boom, you get this virus alert. System critically infected. Right? Support. Call a toll-free helpline. Right? But that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to trick you to call that number. You call that number, you get connected to a scammer. Right? So don't call that number. And again, this is one of those scenarios where I mentioned earlier, when something goes wrong with your device or computer, you should already know who you're going to call. You should already have them in your mind. So if you get a pop-up warning about a virus, you should already have that person in mind who you're going to call anyway. There's no reason to call this number. And if you do call it, it's going to be a scammer, so don't do it. I'll show you another example here. This one impersonates Windows Defender. Microsoft logo, Windows Defender logo, the colors, right? Theme. Threat detected. Access to PC has been blocked for security reasons. Contact Windows support. But that's not Windows support. It's going to contact a scammer, a call center full of scammers that want to take your money. Right, don't fall for this type of scam. A couple other quick notes about this one, because this one's important. I mentioned earlier, everybody can be targeted by this type of scam. It doesn't matter if you're on a Windows PC or your Apple or Mac device, right? And here's an example where it targets Mac and Safari users. Right? Virus found. Your Mac computer has 13 infections. Right? Big red letters, all scary. It's got the Safari logo. But it's a scam. They're trying to trick you to call this number. Right? It says, please call tech support as soon as possible. But if you call, they're going to scam you. Here's another one. Impersonates AppleCare. Warning, macOS infected with viruses. It's got the AppleCare logo. Please call Apple support. And that has a number. But it's fake. It's a scam. Don't do it. You call, you connect to the scammer. But you can see how this could be a scary situation if somebody gets a pop-up like this. They think that their computer's infected, right? And on the previous example here, on this one, look, it has the list of all these scary things that are going to happen if you don't call tech support, right? Your credit card details are at risk. Your email password, your Facebook and chat logs, your private photos, your webcam could be accessed. Like all these scary things that are going to happen, right? But it's all part of the scam. It's just how they use fear and urgency to trick you into calling that number. Don't fall for it. So these are tech support scams, when they trick you into calling a fake tech support service. Very common, especially the older folks out there lost a lot of money to this one. And again, it's because so many devices are susceptible. It doesn't matter if you're on your phone, you get one of these fake pop-ups, right? Because they're tricking you into calling a number. So don't fall for these tech support scams. Nice flying. It's already 8 o'clock already. We're going to be going for a while. I think it's going to be one of those evenings, which is cool with me. I'm up for it. If you people are up for it, you let me know in the chat if you want me to keep going tonight. I'm going to keep going. We're still going till at least 9 o'clock, though. So we'll see if I crash out before then or not. But it looks like we're going to at least 9 o'clock, folks. So still time to get some people in here. We got at least another hour of good content to share with you here. And again, if you're just joining, hit that like, thumbs up, follow. We need all the subscribers we could get. Trying to do something good. Trying to get something good out there. Spread the word about these scams. These are all scams that target individuals, right? Individuals, you, me, your friends and family. Everybody's being targeted all day by these scams. With their phone calls, emails, text messages, right? So awareness is key, right? You don't want to lose money to these scams because you'll never get it recovered, right? You gotta recognize these scams first. Being able to spot them after the fact, or recognizing you got scammed after the money's gone, it's too late. You need to be able to recognize these scams first. All right, so that's why you tune into this live stream. You follow Scamaware 101. We show you the examples. We show you the fake virus alerts that you might get. We show you the text messages that you might receive. We show you the emails. All right, this next scam that we're going to talk about here is these road toll scams. Let me know in the chat if you received any of these. I'm sure most of you have, because they're extremely popular scam for the past year or so. But these fake unpaid road toll scams is when scammers impersonate road toll services like EasyPass, SunPass, Fast Track, and they claim that an unpaid toll is due. Victims are usually contacted by text message or email containing a link to pay. However, the link opens a fake website designed to steal personal or financial details entered by the victim. Right? There never was an unpaid toll due. It's all a scam. We've seen this road toll scam impersonate so many different agencies over the past year and a half. SunPass, Peach Pass, Quick Pass, Good to Go, Easy Pass, Drive Easy Maryland, Fast Track, just name a few. All the Department of Transportation, DOT agencies in all these different states, the DMVs, the Department of Motor Vehicles, each of these states, we've seen them impersonate. I'm just name a few, right? So many versions of this unpaid road toll text message circulating. Please pay your toll in Florida by January 22nd in order to avoid excessive late fees and potential legal action. Thank you for your cooperation. And they make the website link look like it points to SunPass, but it doesn't. It points to a fake website. It'll look like SunPass, but it's going to steal any information you enter. Another example. Your vehicle has an unpaid toll bill. To avoid excessive late fees on your bill, please settle it promptly. Thank you for your cooperation. There's a link to the fake website. It's going to steal any info you enter. There's another one. This one just has an attachment. You get a text message. It doesn't say anything. It just has an attachment. By the way, like I said earlier, never open attachments you weren't expecting. Whether it's an email, text message. You never want to open or trust an attachment from an unsolicited source that you weren't expecting. It could install malware on your device. It could take you to a fake website. Do not open attachments. They're dangerous. But if you did open an attachment, because we do it for you, this is what it would look like. In this case, it directs you to the fake website. Right? It's an official-looking letter about a toll violation. And it directs you to a fake website where they steal your payment details. Right, so lots of variations of these unpaid road toll scams circulating. The wording could be different. The state could be different. The service that they're impersonating could be different. There's so many different variations of this text. But at the end of the day, what's important to remember is that if you get a text message claiming you have an unpaid road toll, don't trust it. Don't click the link. Right? Don't click the link. Don't trust any contact information. If you want to confirm if it's legit or not, go directly to the agency's website. Again, don't trust the link because the link's going to be a fake website. What you want to do is you want to go to the official website. You have to look it up and check it that way. But look, these agencies, they don't send text messages like these. You get some kind of text message about an unpaid road toll, it's going to be a scam 99.9% of the time. Right? Also, we watched this scam evolve over the past year. And it kind of evolved into, from an unpaid road toll scam, it evolved into a, just bear with me, I'm just finding examples here. It evolved into an outstanding traffic ticket scam. All right, and what I mean by that is it follows the same idea. You get a text message, but instead of claiming you have an unpaid road toll due, it claims you have a traffic ticket due. So it's pretty much an identical scam. It's just instead of Having a road toll due, you have a traffic ticket due. All right. And then they include the fake link to pay the fake traffic ticket, where they steal your information. In this example is impersonating the Illinois Department of Vehicles. They left out the word motor by accident. They left out the word motor, and they put in parentheses DMV. Final notice. Enforcement penalties begin July 25th. Our records show that as of today, you still have an outstanding traffic ticket in accordance with the Illinois Code 15C 16.003. If you do not complete payment by July 24th, we'll take the following actions, right? So keep in mind, again, it's a fake text message scam, right? This isn't really the DMV. This is a scammer, right? And they're going to use fear now. They're threatening they're going to report to the DMV violation database. They're going to suspend your vehicle registration. They're going to suspend your driving privileges. Transfer to a toll booth and charge a 35% service fee. You may be prosecuted and your credit score will be affected. Pay now, right? It's all a scam, but they try to scare you. It's a great example of how they use fear to create this urgency to try to get you to click this link and pay. Don't fall for it. It's a scam. And just to show you one more example here, right? So this is the Illinois version where it's impersonating Illinois DMV. Here's the same example impersonating Nebraska Department of Vehicles. But it's identical word for word. It's just swapped out Illinois with Nebraska. Right, same fake state administrative code 15C-16.003, right? Same threats. Report to DMV. Suspend your registration. Just they swapped out the state, right? So if these scams are circulating in one state, you hear about somebody in one state telling you about a scam, it's guaranteed it's going to be in all the other states too, right? So anyway, watch out for these unpaid road toll scams, outstanding traffic ticket scams. Usually they're text messages. Sure, there's email versions too, but usually these are, you're targeted by text messages. And don't click those links. Like with all these scams that we're going over, do not click the links. Can't trust them. If you're concerned it's real, verify through official channels. Check the official app if you have an EasyPass app, for example. But don't click the links. Don't trust these notifications. Know what I'm saying out there? Let me know in the chat if you know what I mean. If you hear me. I'm sure you guys got targeted with some of these text messages in the past. Juan says, thanks. Keep us safe on Instagram. I'm trying, man. I'm doing my best. If you're just tuning in, we're streaming live, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So say hi in the comments. Say hi in the chat. Let us know you're watching. I want to hear from you. Give us a like, follow, subscribe, a thumbs up. Help us spread awareness about these scams. Next scam we're going to talk about here. I thought this was an interesting one when I found out about it. Where is it? A fake promotion gift card scam. And a lot of times they'll impersonate like a cable provider, right, or your internet provider. And how this scam works, and I'll play a couple examples too, is fraudsters impersonate a service provider and offer the victim a discount for paying with a retail gift card. Victims are tricked into purchasing gift cards and sending them to the scammer. So the victim thinks that they're getting some kind of deal or promotion for paying with a gift card, right? And they think they're providing these gift cards to their cable provider, for example. But then they realize that wasn't their cable provider. They actually provided it to a scammer, right? So they think that they're paying for 6 months or a year of service in advance. They're paying with a gift card from Target because of some promotion that's going on, right? Which could be $500, $1,000, right? A year of service, that could add up. So you need to watch out for these fake promotion scams. And how these usually get kicked off are with a phone call. The phone call will either be the scammers offering you the promotion. I'm with Xfinity and I'm offering you this new promotion. Or they're going to claim your existing promotion expires today, but there's a new one if you want to keep your rate, right? Those are like the two narratives that they like to do when they call you. So let me play this phone call. This is an example of what one of these calls might sound like if you receive them. They're going to impersonate Comcast. This one impersonates Comcast. It says that your promotion expires, your 50% promotion expires, so my bill's going to double. And it says call back today. Right, and this is how they try to trick you into calling them. They want you to think you're calling Comcast, but you're calling a scammer. Let's take a listen to this.
Hello. This voicemail is from Comcast Xfinity. Your current 50% discount on your monthly bill will expire by the end of the day. To maintain your reduced rate, Call the number on your caller ID immediately. This is your final reminder to act. Call back now. Thank you.
See how this says your final reminder to act, and they're trying to pressure you. It expires today. There's no prior notice, just suddenly expires today, and you got to call back. Right? But it's fake. They're trying to trick you into calling them. They want you to think it's Comcast. If you called back that number thinking that's Comcast, they would tell you your 50% promo expires today, but we have a new promotion going on with Target. So if you pay with Target gift cards, for example, or Apple gift cards, right? They'll say if you pay for a year or 6 months on gift cards, you could keep the same rate. You get 50% off, keep the rate, right? But it's a scam. You're not actually talking to Comcast. So they trick you into buying those cards. They make you think you're getting some discounted rate. They make you think you're saying them to your internet provider, but it's actually a scammer. And then by the time you realize it, the money's gone. So don't fall for that scam. I thought it was a clever way for them to use gift cards as a gift card scam. Right? It's a clever way to trick you into purchasing and providing gift cards, which again brings us back to that red flag. Any mention of gift cards, right? No matter how innocent it may seem, you have to think to yourself, wait a minute, I know scammers love to get paid in gift cards. What's going on here? All right. So don't fall for that promotion scam or any type of gift card scam for that matter. All right, this next scam we're going to talk about here. Fake retail website scams. This one's important for the holidays. I mean, it's important all year round, but it definitely picks up during the holidays. But it's definitely important to be aware of all year round too. I mean, these fake websites get put up. These fake offers, offering you $200 products, just pay for shipping. Right? Too good to be true deals. If it's too good to be true, it's probably a scam. Right? But basically, these fake retail website scams, scammers create fake websites to sell products that are never delivered. Scammers are lured by victims are lured by unbeatable deals and lose money once they pay. These scams often target holiday shoppers or those seeking trending items. All right, so you need to watch out for these fake retail websites that are offering these amazing too good to be true deals, all right, especially during the holidays. And some examples I have for you here. All right, here's one that has a Black Friday sale banner across the top because that's around the time of the example. All right, but it's offering you this set of wireless headphones valued at $175. Just pay shipping, $8.95. So supposedly they're saying you're going to get this item that's almost worth $200 for $9. Too good to be true. Suspicious. Any information you provide, any payment details, shipping information is going to be stolen by a scammer. They're going to use it to purchase something much more expensive for themselves, and you're never going to get these items. So don't trust too good to be true offers. Here's another example. Fake website. All right, same banner across the top, except this one's offering you a portable heater that supposedly was worth $175, but just pay for shipping, $8.69. It's going to steal any info you enter. Don't trust it. The third example here, wireless earbuds. Right? That's always a hot, popular item, or was. All right, and it says valued at $175, but get it now for $8.69. It was a scam. They're going to steal any information you provide, and you're never going to get the item. And the thing about these fake retail websites and these fake product offers, you could end up on these sites in so many different ways, right? So one of the first ways is, shout out to Facebook advertisements, right? They let scammers place ads constantly. They'll suspend my ad account, but they'll let scammers place ads that link to these fake websites offering free wireless earbuds, just pay for shipping, right? But it's a scam, and that's how they direct people to some of these fake websites. Another one is search engine results. Right? Scammers could pay for search engine results on Google. You can't trust Google, right? Whether you're searching for something or Google's recommending a link to you or it's a sponsored listing on Google, whatever the case, if it's being recommended from Google or you're finding it on Google, that doesn't mean you could trust it. Even if it's a paid sponsored listing, that doesn't mean you could trust it. Scammers purchase those listings just like anybody else, right? So they'll purchase a listing that maybe you're searching for this item, right? And they purchase a listing where they came up number one, and now you landed on what you think is a great deal, but you're actually getting scammed. Right, so you got the Facebook ads that could direct you here. You got the search engine results that could direct you here. Emails. You get emails about these fake product offers or special valued customer discount or special offer or special deal for first 100 people get your free earbuds. Right, but then they're going to steal any information you enter. So look, you got to be suspicious. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Right, don't trust it. Verify the websites you're buying from. Don't purchase from websites you've never used before. Right? Try to do some research, see if other people have purchased from them, if they're reliable. Don't fall for these fake retail website scams. Hey, give me some reactions. Let me know you're watching. Let me keep going here. Making pretty good time. It says next scam on the list. Pig butchering scams or investment scams, crypto investment scams. I talked about these briefly when I was talking about the social media scams. And we have a report here that I got from the AARP website too. This is the first week of this year, right? So this report came in on the 7th. So it's 1 week old. Right? And this person reported this pig butchering scam. They said, I was contacted on social media by a Facebook connection. Right? There you go, Facebook. Right? Went through a whole narrative. She lives in Orlando, originally from Thailand. So a lot of times these scammers that are located overseas in like Myanmar near Thailand, which is a big scamming area, right along that border there. A lot of times those scammers, they'll say, I'm in Orlando, but I'm originally from Thailand. Even though they're still over in Myanmar or Thailand, it gives them their, they end up talking to you and your accents or whatever. That's their excuse to say, they say they're in Orlando, they're in the country, but they're originally from Thailand. That's why they have the accent and all that. Anyway, that's a part of the scam. Her contact phone number, put it there. It was a pig butchering scheme to invest in cryptocurrency platform, which owns by a company, Retina 3. Has an office in California as well as around the world. This guy's trying to sue her. But anyway, the whole thing about these cryptocurrency, pig butchering investment scams, they start off with a lot of times those wrong number scams that we talked about. You get a wrong number. Oh, you seem friendly. Let's be friends. They befriend you. If you talk to them after a few days, they're going to say, hey, I'm making this money investing or I invest for a living. Here's a link to my app and join our investment group and you can make this money. But it's a scam. They're going to have you deposit money. They're going to make you think you're getting returns when you're not. And they're going to keep on stealing money from you as you deposit it. So that's a pig butchering scam. Watch out for it. Social media, wrong number scams, they lead to that. I'm going to work on some more slides for that scam. I don't really have any available right now. But beware. All right, cool. We're getting there. All right, we're getting to, let's see, we've been streaming, what was it, 8:15 almost? So we've been streaming since 5:45 p.m. So that 2.5 hours. Cool. So we can go for about 2.5 hours here. We're going to definitely go for that 3-hour point at 8:45 and a little bit after the 9 probably. I think. We'll see if the schedule holds up. But it is actually time for the second and final coffee break. The quick 5-minute coffee break. Get recaffeinated, refilled for you all. This is why I'm alert for the final part of the live stream as we continue to discuss more scams, because look, there's so many scams to discuss. We could go on for hours and hours, right? But next scams we're going to discuss once we get back here, we're going to talk about some snail mail scams, actual letters, because look, these scammers are targeting you through mail too. They're targeting you through postal service. They are. We have some examples that we're going to show you of real scam letters are actively circulating. We're going to show you some QR code scams. You got to be careful scanning those QR codes now. We're going to show you some check scams. You'll get a check in the mail, right? But it's a scam. All right, so lots of good stuff coming up. Still left in the live stream. So still time to get some more people invited here. Still time to like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And then comes my favorite part of the live stream. After we cover those scams at about 8:20. No, what is this? So 8:15, 8:20, we're going to Yeah, so about 5 minutes at 8:20, we're going to do the QR codes and snail mail scams. And then probably at about 8:40, this is going to be my favorite part of the live stream. It's the last portion of the live stream, but we're going to check out the AARP scam tracker map. We're going to look at some recent reports that came in this week, see what people are reporting. All right. So lots of good stuff still coming up. For at least another, I could say another 45 minutes or so. 45 minutes, an hour. All right, I can refill my Scamware coffee mug. Be back in 5 minutes. I'll leave you with the theme song for the next minute or two. Keep you entertained. Like, follow, subscribe. Hit me some reactions. Let me know you're watching. I want to hear from you.
Yo, it's Jared in the booth, spitting scaring with truth. They fishing in your inbox, man, they stealing your youth. Fishing emails, got that urgent in the line. Click that link and your bank account's not fine. Fake tech support, they call you at noon. Your PC's infected, yeah, they're singing that tune. Pig butchering scams, back wallets to slice. Invest in the fake love, but you're paying the price. Scammer World 101, keep your eyes wide open. If the deal seems sweet, man, they're probably hoping. Snatch your cash, then you broke in despair. Stay woke, my equal, man, these crooks don't care. Wrong number text, they pretend they know you. Acting all friendly till they ask for a few. Grandparent scam, your grandson's in jail. Send the bail quick or his freedom might fail. Arrest warrant scam, police are on the line. Pay now or else they're taking your time. Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears or sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate. Acting all friendly till they ask for a few. Grandparent scam, your grandson's in jail. Send the bail quick or his freedom might fail. Arrest warrant scam, police are on the line. Pay now or else they're taking your time. Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears or sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate.
All right. Back from the coffee break here. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, shoot. Dave with the super chat. Awesome. Thank you, Dave. Or super chat or super thanks. $5. You're the man, Dave. Appreciate it. Always appreciate you. Thank you so much. Always helps, man. Appreciate you, Dave. #1 fan over there. Very cool. Thank you so much, Dave. To everybody else, how we all doing this evening? All right, we're going to keep on going here with some more scams. Probably uninterrupted for the rest of the evening. That was our last coffee break. We only take 2, but hey, when we stream for 3 or 4 hours, you deserve a quick quick break or two there, right? And now this next batch of scams, which by the way, if you're just joining us, welcome to the live stream, first of all. I'm Jared with Scamware 101. We do this live stream every week, every Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern, to spread awareness of common scams that target individuals. Individuals just like you, me, your friends, your family, your loved ones. Right? And it's important to be aware of these scams. These scams, they want to take everything you have. They want to get into your bank account. They want to clear it out. Right? So, and a lot of times, these scammers, once they get funds from you, you're never able to recover them. So people are losing their life savings, their retirement funds, everything they have, and it's terrible. So look, awareness is key. Being able to spot these scams before you lose money to them, that's key. And that's what we try to teach you here at Scamware 101. We release lots of scam awareness content on our social media pages. So definitely follow, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channels and Facebook channels and Instagram and all that stuff. We have the links on our homepage here, scamaware101.com, YouTube, we're on Blue Sky, X, Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. And also, you can join our free mailing list. Scamware101.com, hit join free mailing list. That's the best way to stay up to date with what we have going on over here. We'll let you know when we upload new content, and we'll send you some scam alerts when they start happening. So join that free mailing list, scamware101.com. If you want to help out by tossing us a couple bucks, supporting the mission over here like our good friend Dave just did, we have Super Thanks enabled over on, was it Super Thanks or Super Chats enabled over on YouTube. So you hit that thanks button and tip a couple bucks if you want. We also have memberships enabled too. We want to sign up for a monthly membership and help support the mission over here. We appreciate it. Don't feel obligated, but it does help, right? So, but hey, we're just happy with the like, follow, subscribe too. So we appreciate you all, and let's get the word out about these scams, right? So with that said, let's continue here for our last batch of scams this evening before we start check out the scam tracker map. And these scams, we're going to talk about a few QR code scams and a few snail mail scams. So this first scam we're going to talk about, it's a free gift postcard, and it has a QR code on it, right? And the thing about these QR codes is they kind of bought new life into these outdated scams. These scams that you just get a letter in the mail and try to trick you into going to some weird website. And well, now they just put a QR code on it that takes you to the fake website. So now you can get postcards or there's flyers in public, and everybody knows how to scan QR codes now. Well, for the most part, all right? And they're dangerous because they're just like clicking a link, except you don't know what you're clicking. You don't know what the link is, right? When you scan these QR codes. So look, the first example we're going to show you is this free gift postcard that you might get in the mail. It arrives right in your mailbox. Victims receive a physical postcard in the mail offering a free gift. When the victim attempts to activate the gift card by scanning a QR code, malware is installed on their device, or a fake website is opened to steal personal information. This could be a free gift or a gift card, but the example we have here is a postcard offering free wireless Bluetooth earbuds, right? Because it's a common example, it's a common item that scammers know people want, which is why you see the fake retail websites and the other scams like this one, you know, this free gift postcard offer. They use Bluetooth earbuds. They know people want them, right? So you get this in the mail, you scan the QR code, it's going to steal whatever information you enter. In this case, it says it steals your Amazon information, your account information, your credit card number. So, look, don't trust too good to be true offers. And also, be careful scanning QR codes in the wild, because scammers use them now. We have a few more examples of these types of QR code scams, too, that we're going to share with you here. Another example of these QR code scams you have to be aware of. They're circulating. There's a warning from the BBB about this one. Parking meter QR codes, right? So you know how parking meters these days, they all use these apps now to pay your parking, right? And they have these QR codes that you're supposed to scan, and it opens up the app. Well, what scammers started doing is they started printing out their own QR codes on stickers, right? But these QR codes, they take you to fake websites, to dangerous websites, and they take the QR code stickers and they're slapping them on top of the QR codes on the parking meters. So these people, they're just trying to park their car. They scan the QR code to pay parking. They think they're paying their parking. They're actually paying a scammer. And on top of that, they leave, go do their thing. They come back, the car's gone because it got towed because they didn't pay for parking. Or there's a ticket there, right? So it's an example of how these QR codes are getting used by scammers out in the wild. You have to be careful if you're going to scan these QR codes. In the case of this parking meter example, what you'd want to do is you'd want to open the app directly. Avoid scanning the QR code altogether if you can. Just open the app if you already have it installed, or if it tells you where to get the app, go and get the app. But don't trust the QR code. Avoid scanning a QR code if you can. So watch out for that parking meter QR code scam. We're hearing more and more about that, and the BBB warned us about that one. Another one is fake parking tickets that have a QR code on them. Right, so you'll have your car parked, you'll come back, and you'll find this ticket on your windshield. Right, this paper ticket. It says a parking violation. In this case, this example is from the city of Houston. In fact, that's where we hear about this most, is in cities. Right, so people come back to their car and they find this fake paper ticket in their windshield. Right, and then under this guy's, the guy is covering the QR code with his fingers here, but under his fingers is a QR code, right? And the idea is you scan this QR code, you think you're paying a parking ticket, but you're actually giving your payment details to a scammer. All right. So there were reports of this coming in from Houston. There was reports of this coming in from Denver, this fake parking ticket scam that has a QR code on it. All right. So be suspicious when you get these types of tickets on your car here. It's a QR code scam to watch out for, another one. That one's been going around for a while, too. Sticking with snail mail scams, traditional postal service scams. The next scam we're going to talk about is actually an inheritance scam. And in this example, we actually have an inheritance, a letter of the fake inheritance scam. But anyway, how these inheritance scams work is victims are contacted with claims of a large inheritance from an unknown relative. But to claim it, they must pay fees or provide personal details. These scams exploit curiosity and greed to steal money and identity information. All right, well, saying it is one thing, but let's see it with our own eyes, right? Here's an example of a real inheritance scam letter that you could receive, in your mailbox, an actual physical letter that could arrive in your mailbox here. You see this one's dated November 29th, 2024. So it's not that old. It's just over a year old, right? And we know that this scam is still circulating. We see reports of it coming in as well. But the way this inheritance scam works is you get this letter in the mail, this very official-looking letter. It's got a fake letterhead. It's got an office at the top. It says "Dear" and has your name, your name right there. I blurred it out in the example, but it did have an accurate name, right? And it goes on to say it's from a law firm. You're being contacted because their client, who passed away from COVID, shares the same last name as you, right? And nobody's claimed inheritance. So you're entitled to $10.8 million inheritance, right? Because this long-lost family member shares the same last name who passed away 4 years ago, right? They're going to handle it all for you. They could expedite the process. It's 100% risk-free, right? And this claim requires a high level of confidentiality, right? There's that red flag we talked about earlier. We're asking for confidentiality and secrecy, right? So this is a real letter. That's a scam. It's an inheritance scam. And usually how these inheritance scams work is, so think about it, $10.8 million. What they'll do is they say you got to pay fees and taxes first, or they'll have you open a bank account and provide the banking details to them, which they'll use in scams, right? But think about how much the fees and taxes would be on $10.8 million, right? If they scam their victims out of just those fees and taxes, they get a lot of money, and then they never give the inheritance. At the very least, they trick the victim into creating a bank account, then use the bank account for crimes, right? But you still have to be suspicious. Just because you get a letter in the mail, it can seem more legit because it arrived right at your door, but it can still be a scam, and scammers are still using traditional mail. As you saw in the postcard example I showed you, right, that free gift offer, and now here's an actual letter that impersonates the law office. So watch out for these types of scams. If you see them, these inheritance letter scams. And emails too. If there's a letter version, there's an email version as well. And the last snail mail scam example I have here to show you. So the name of this scam, technically it's called a secret survey check scam. But what it really is, which I think describes it better, is it's a mystery shopper check scam. And what I say by mystery shopper check scam is you get a letter in the mail, all right, and they make it look like it's from CVS or Walgreens. And it says, "Congratulations on your accomplishment. This package contains what you need to complete your first secret survey assignment. So have fun, make money, and help us improve global customer service. Basically, they're saying you've been selected as a secret shopper, right? And now, included with this envelope, with the letter, is an actual check. A physical check falls out of that envelope with the letter for $2,480. Right, so now you're standing there, you got $2,480 check in your hand, and his letter says all you have to do is go to nearest CVS and Walgreens, right, and purchase 4 gift cards, $2,000 worth of gift cards, right, and then you keep the extra $480 as your commission, or $450 as your commission. Right, they say go deposit the check now, deposit the check, and then within 12 to 24 hours, purchase these gift cards and provide the gift cards, and then you get to keep your bonus. Sounds straightforward, right? But the thing is, the check is fake, right? And the victims don't realize it. They think that once you deposit a check, just because the funds show up, you're good. But that's not true. So the way this scam works is the victim deposits a check. They think they have $2,400 in the bank now, right? They go, they purchase the $2,000 of gift cards from CVS and Walgreens. They provide the $2,000 of gift cards to the scammer, thinking they're just providing it to their secret shopper, team or whatever, right? And what happens is, a day goes by, everything's been done. The victim's thinking, great, that went perfect. I got an extra $450 in the bank. No problems, right? Well, then you get notified by the bank. The check is bad. The funds the $2,400 that was there is gone now. It gets bounced and returned, right? The deposit's reversed. Those funds are gone. But that $2,000 that you purchased the gift cards, that's already gone and sent. The scammer has it. You're not getting it back. So now you're out of $2,000. Your bank, if it got overdrafted, you'll get charged with a fee for the overdraft, and you get charged with a fee for depositing the bad check, right? So the scam, you get scammed by the scammer, you get scammed by the bank, you get scammed in all directions. It's a terrible situation, right? So, look, let me summarize that again, what's going on here, because I have a second example for you, and it works the same way. You get a letter, again, it impersonates CVS or Walgreens, right? Maybe there's other ones they've heard, but in this case, CVS, Walgreens. Right, this one says that the check is for $1,987. Right, so you get this letter in the mail. It's got a check enclosed for almost $2,000. Same instructions, except it says you go to these other stores to get gift cards. They say Walgreens, Best Buy, Target, CVS, Rite Aid. The list goes on. It doesn't care where you get the gift cards as long as you get the gift cards. This one instructs you to buy 3 gift cards, only Apple gift cards. This scammer only wants Apple gift cards. He wants 3 $500 gift cards, so $1,500 worth of gift cards. Right? And then suppose you get to keep the extra $480 as commission. Right? Easy peasy. Same instructions. Deposit the check, purchase the gift cards, keep the commission. But the whole scam is the check bounces a day or two later, and that $1,500 is gone now out of your account. The scammer has it. And again, it's a gift card scam. They're instructing you to purchase gift cards. So it's another clever gift card scam. Right? That's why no matter how legit something seems it is, once there's a mention of gift cards, like, wait a minute. You have to pause and realize what's going on. Take a step back. Google it. Talk to someone. Right? Because gift cards are a big red flag that something suspicious is going on. And this is just another example of a clever way they try to get you to purchase gift cards. Using a bad check. So we did a video about this scam. Have some more examples in there. Check it out on our YouTube channel. And there were a lot of comments on it. People confirming they were still receiving these letters. So this is a very active scam with a fake check. Don't fall for it. And we have a cool infographic too for this one to share with you as well. Beware the secret shopper check scam. How the scam unfolds and the red flags to spot, right? So the bait, an unsolicited letter and check arrives. You receive a check and a job offer with commission. The task, deposit the check and buy gift cards. You're instructed to quickly purchase thousands of dollars in gift cards, Apple, Nike, etc. The trap, send gift cards numbers to the scammer. You email photos of the gift card numbers to complete your survey assignment, right? But that's the scam. Now it's got, as soon as you send those, you email them or send a picture of them. As soon as you send the pictures, the scammer's going to clear out those funds or sell them to somebody. The loss. The original check bounces. Your bank reverses the deposit, and you are now liable for the money spent. All right. So that's how the scam works. A nice little infographic breakdown for you. 4 red flags to spot. An unsolicited check. Legitimate companies won't send you a check to deposit and then send money back. Right? You get some check you weren't expecting in the mail from somebody you don't know, an unsolicited person or offer like that. Don't trust it. It's something fishy. Right? The request for gift cards. Always a red flag. Scammers demand gift cards because they are untraceable and function like cash. Don't forget the pressure to act quickly. Scammers offer a bonus for completing tasks in 12 to 24 hours. Right? In this case, in the check scam, they know that that's all they got until you get notified. So they want you to purchase those gift cards within 12 to 24 hours before you realize the check's going to bounce. And then, there's a job offer. You didn't apply for this job, so it's suspicious that suddenly out of nowhere, it's like, hey, you've been selected for a job that you never even applied for. And by the way, here's a check. It's a warning sign. So watch out for a secret mystery shopper. Be suspicious of anything that has a check that you weren't expecting in the mail. That's it. That's an example of another snail mail scam to watch out for. But it's active. Watch out. Scammers are still using traditional postal mail. So keep your guard up. Being attacked from all directions. All right. We're starting to get there. That was all our scam examples for the evening. But we're not done yet. We're still going to check out this AARP scam tracker map for the next 30 minutes or so. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then we're going to wrap up about 9 o'clock. We'll wrap up the live stream. So still got another 30 minutes left. Some good stuff here. So let me just take a quick count and see how many scams we discussed on a live stream this evening. And then we'll hop onto the AARP scam tracking map. Let's see. Bank impersonation scams, Medicare insurance scams, fake order notification scams, grandparent scams, arrest warrant and jury duty scams, IRS impersonation scams, Social Security impersonation scams, undeliverable package scams, social media scams, which could technically be broken down into like multiple scams, the social media one. Because we talked about the free prize scams and the add friend requests on social media, the fake prize, I said already. The malicious app download with the fake virus alert pop-ups. Right? Never want to download apps and pop-ups. Romance scams, very common on social media. So what was that? That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then we went over wrong number scams, tech support scams, unpaid road tolling, traffic ticket scams, fake promotion, gift card scams, fake retail website scams, investment and pig butchering scams. So was that 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, then we talked about QR code scams, snail mail scams. So free gift card postcard, free gift postcard scam, free parking, fake parking meter, QR code scams, the fake parking ticket paper scams, inheritance letter scam that we just talked about, and the secret shopper check scam we just talked about. So that's what 19. So that's 20. 30, 31, 32, 33. Talked about at least 33 different types of scams tonight. And I didn't count those sub scams for the Facebook one either. So really about 25 different scam types we talked about tonight with multiple examples of some of them. So lots of information jam-packed here. So we're about heading up on the 3-hour mark in about another 10 minutes or so. We're at 3 hours. Not bad for 3 hours, right? We also included 5 red flags, too, that we talked about as well up here. It's not bad for an evening of a live stream, right? You get to learn about 25 different types of scams, see a whole bunch of examples of those scams with their text messages, emails, phone call recordings. Gave you some red flags to warn you about those scams. Not too shabby. Hopefully help somebody out there, right? So give us a like, a follow, subscribe. And make sure to join our free mailing list. Scamaware101.com. Hit join mailing list. It's free to join. We'll keep you posted about some common scams. Let you know when we're going live. Send you reminders. All good stuff. Follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Facebook, Threads, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, YouTube. Give us a like, follow, subscribe. It really does help. And now what we're going to do, before we wrap up the live stream at about 9 o'clock, we're going to spend the next 20 minutes or so checking out the AARP Scam Tracker map. What's cool about the AARP Scam Tracker map is it gives us an idea of what scams are being reported, what scams are trending, right? So on our website, we actually have a link there for you if you're interested. So scamaware101.com. While you're there, hit join mailing list. We go tools and software. And actually, lots of good stuff here too, by the way. We'll go over it some other time. But you scroll all the way to the bottom here, we got the AARP Scam Tracking Map. We click in. And now we can see the scams that are being reported on the AARP Scam Tracking Map. It gives you an option to do by location I don't do that. I just leave the location blank to look at the scams coming in throughout the entire nation. And you can see here to the right, we got the reports right here. And let's see, the most recent ones, January 12th, right? So these reports are 3 days old. I think they usually update in about an hour or two. Like I think like 9:30 or wherever they update, and then it's going to show another day. But for now, reports we're going to look at are 3 days old. They all came in on the 12th here. So let's see what people are reporting, right? Maybe we'll get some more details. We'll get an idea which scams are picking up. Maybe some scams we didn't address yet, right? So let's see, home-related scam. They call trying to sell me in home repairs. I've told them I don't own this because I don't live. Also asked them to take my number. Okay. It's not really the type of scam I do. They want to record my voice and then hang up. All right. He didn't give much details. So something that we have been getting warnings about is these phone calls where you answer and nobody's there and then they hang up. What they say is happening is they're saying that these scammers are trying to clone your voice. They're saying they're trying to record you talking into the phone so they can clone your voice. Not sure how true that is, but I will tell you at the very least what they're doing is they're calling to confirm if your phone number is active or not. So by answering the phone, just by answering, that's enough for them to realize, okay, this is an active phone number. Somebody's going to answer it. It's a good phone number to target with scams. So they might just be confirming your phone number is active and then hanging up. All right. So this actually goes back to a good rule of thumb is never answer a call from a number that's not in your contacts. Right? Never answer a call from an unfamiliar phone number, one that's unknown, one that you don't have stored, one that you've never spoken to before, right? If it's important or if it's someone you know, they'll leave a message or they'll text you, right? There's no reason to pick up phone calls from unknown phone numbers or phone numbers that you don't recognize or that are unfamiliar because they'll end up being a scam like this where they record your voice and hang up, right? Interesting report. Worth being aware of, right? And at the end of the day, it's really, you shouldn't be answering calls from numbers you don't already have trusted as contacts. Charity scams and fraud. Contacted by our pastor, in quotes. He needed help getting some Apple gift cards. Oh, this should be interesting. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Actually, next two are gift card ones. Gift cards are rampant. They're rampant. They're always thinking of clever ways to get you to purchase these gift cards. And they could get you to purchase a few $1,000s worth. Let's see. So charities get contacted by our pastor. He needed help getting some Apple gift cards for some cancer patients in the hospital, but he was too busy with other things. Would have been nice to have some more details, but that's a clever scam, right? Whether somebody's impersonating your pastor or church or somebody you know. They said they were contacted by email. All right. Yeah, so you know what this is? So here's what happened. Somehow the scammer probably got a list of the pastor's congregation as contacts, right? They probably got into a computer or a system, got access to the pastor's contacts. And now what the scammer is doing is they're sending out emails that impersonate the pastor. Right? They're sending out emails that impersonate the pastor saying, hey, I need you to purchase Apple gift cards and reply to me with them. Right? And it has a sob story about cancer patients pulling the heartstrings, right? The email address is probably looks like the pastor's email address, maybe the same except one letter off. All right, but yeah, so watch out for this. This is a good example of a charity scam where they're actually using a trusted contact to try and trick you. You get this email, they're trying to make it look like it's from somebody you know, your pastor. We see this type of scam with family and friends too. Like we see their Facebook profiles get hacked. Somebody gets into their profile and starts messaging all their friends. Hey, can you send me some money? Hey, can you purchase a gift card for me? Or, right. So when you get some random request like this from somebody you know to purchase a gift card, hey, gift card, red flag, right? Another clever example there for you. Let's see. I think the next one was also a gift card scam. What's the next one here? Yeah, I was having trouble with YouTube TV after not finding help with Google searches. I called what was labeled. Oh, okay. So let's see here. This could be a couple good tips to go over. Oh, I just realized the font's a little small. Let me make it a little bigger for you guys. There. All right, gift card scams and fraud. I was having trouble with YouTube TV after not finding help with Google search. I called what was labeled a YouTube TV help desk. That was the first. So that's something worth warning about too. When you're researching a support number to call or an email address for help and you're searching Google, scammers are putting fake websites up, fake contact pages, fake contact information. They're putting it all on there. So when you're searching, instead of calling YouTube TV, you're actually calling a scammer. You don't realize it, right? Because you got the number from a fake page. So you also have to be careful too. Make sure when you're researching contact information that you're getting it from the official website, the official contact details, right? In the case of your bank, use a number on the back of your card. That's 100% guaranteed to be real, the number on the back of your card, right? So call that number if you're trying to reach your bank. And in the case like YouTube and things like that, you just be careful you're getting information off the correct places. This person didn't. He tried to reach YouTube TV. He called a scammer accidentally. He took me through a process. He said it was fixing the problem, but actually bought things. Ooh, it affected 5 accounts. I think I've been able to recover it all. Oh, that's good. Several were recognized as suspicious by the bank cards. The phone number was... He didn't give that much details. He put this in as a gift card scam, though, so it would have been good if he gave us more details. But it's still it's a good tip, especially when it comes to Google search results. You can't trust them, right? Whether they're taking you to a fake website for a product or a fake website with fake contact info. Right? All roads lead to scammers, so be careful on Google. Let's check out the next page here. Fraudulent sales scam. I'm going to skip over to sales scam. So I don't really focus on like scams where it's like just a scummy sales guy or shady business. Those aren't the type of scams I really focus on. I focus on more of like the government imposter scams and the scams that are trying to clear out your bank accounts and straight up lie about who they are. Government imposter scam. Here we are. The IP address blocked, malware bites because one or more systems. Let's see what this says. Government imposter scam. It doesn't really give details. Don't know. How are we all doing out there? We're going to check a few more scam reports here. We're almost wrapped up for tonight. We're going to wrap up at 9 o'clock. Maybe a little bit earlier. We'll see. If everybody stays quiet, then I'll take a hint. I'll just get wrapped up earlier. But in the meantime, let me know you're watching. Give me some reactions. Say hi in the chat. I want to hear stories, too. If you're just joining, welcome to the live stream. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It looks like the Facebook live stream held out and is still going good. So that's cool. Last week it crashed out half the way, but looking good here. Instagram looking good. And of course our people over on YouTube here. Let's check out a couple more reports and then we'll get this wrapped up. Tell you, it feels good to be back though. It's the second live stream of the year. It was weird taking that little break of 2 or 3 weeks off. Identity theft. On January 12th at approximately 7 p.m. I received an unsolicited FaceTime call from an unknown and unregistered. Okay, so let's see this. Well, I mean, FaceTime calls make sense. Scammers will use any way they can. Try and scam you. Unsolicited FaceTime call from an unknown and unregistered phone number. When I answered, the screen was black and there was no audio or conversation. The call disconnected shortly afterwards. All right, so we're starting to see a lot more of these calls that hang up. During the brief call, it appeared that a screenshot may have been taken. Oh. No threats were made, no information was exchanged, and there was no follow-up contact. I was working at the time. I blocked and reported the number immediately after the incident. Interesting. Well, look, this just kind of goes back to whether, no matter how they're calling you, whether it's a FaceTime call, but this is just another reason not to answer a call from someone that's not on your contacts that you don't know, right? Because in this case, she answered. It sounds like they took a screenshot of her on FaceTime, right? So this goes back to my advice before, just about answering any type of, whether it's a video call or just a regular phone call. You don't answer it if it's not a known contact. Interesting. I would think that there's probably a way to block FaceTime calls from unknown people too. There has to be a setting. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know, but there has to be a setting. So I would say look into that too, as far as blocking FaceTime calls from people you don't know. A company called National Process Service. So there are these fake scams that they're saying they're collecting a debt and they have a ID that you're supposed to call back and give them. Let's see, what is this one? Laura Miller from a company called National Process Service claims they're filing against me for noncompliance. It's a scam. I called from requesting me to call back another number. I didn't. All right. doesn't give enough details, but hey, National Process Service, you start getting phone calls about some place about National Process Service. Sounds like it's a scam. Don't trust it. All right, so you got the third page of scams here. We'll wrap it up after this. These next four scams, if they're any good at least. Home-related scam, live call from U.S. Home Improvement regarding home remodeling. I have a recording of. Let's see what details are in this, because this is a second home remodeling repair report. No details. Be suspicious of any calls offering home repairs and home remodeling. It sounds like people are running into a lot of phone calls, scams regarding that. Elder scams and fraud. Received phone calls saying they were a tax consulting firm and I owed back taxes. Okay, this is a good example. We were talking about IRS and tax scams, and we mentioned now's the time of year we're going to start hearing about them. It's tax season, right? You're going to get a lot of calls from these tax consulting firms that say you owe back taxes, and they try to get you to call back the number. They say they're going to help you avoid paying those back taxes, but it's a scam. These are these tax forgiveness services. They're fake tax forgiveness services. We'll start playing those phone calls again, actually. I'll add those to the list. I'll start getting those in rotation next week again. We have a few phone call examples, tax forgiveness scams that you definitely don't want to deal with those companies. All right, here we are. Social Security billing statement now available. I mentioned earlier when we were talking about the Social Security impersonation scams. I think I mentioned that I was sure we were going to see some reports of these when we checked, and sure enough, here we are. We showed you an email claiming that, yeah, this looks like it's the same one we showed you here. Your secure billing statement is now available. You can securely view or download your statement using the below button. All right, the wording's a little different, but the scam is the same. You get an email, impersonates Social Security, tells you you have a statement, tries to get you to click a link. Don't do it. It's a scam. You click that link, you get malware installed on your device. But we report on that one. That was a good one. Let's see what else we got left. I think we got one more scam. Online relationship scam. Ooh. Looks like this one gave some details too. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see what this story is. My mother has been texting from a person claiming to be a South Korean celebrity. All right, so we got celebrity impersonation too. And they're texting, who actually exists in South Korea. All right, so scammers impersonating a celebrity, and they're texting back and forth with the lady's mother. To date, it's estimated that she has sent the person over $1,100. She says that she's engaged to him, they're in love, and are getting married soon. She messages this person through Telegram and has been sending money to him. Remember, that's the red flags I warned you about, and I specifically said romance scams as an example of how it's part of the playbook, where they try to get you to continue talking on Telegram and WhatsApp, and here we go. We're seeing it right here in one of these reports. Now, this poor lady's getting romance scammed. She's talking to a scammer on Telegram. She thinks it's a celebrity in South Korea. And she thinks she's been sending him money at their management company. Also on Telegram. She continues, recently I intercepted some mail from Capital One and come to find out she applied for Capital One Platinum credit card. She doesn't even like credit card. I'm concerned they may use that card for money laundering, and they also sent her a membership card that looks like some kind of debit card. My mom had a stroke over 2 years ago and has shown having cognitive issues. Her neurologist had been made aware of her actions immediately, said she's suffering from a form of dementia. I do have durable, blah, 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 POA, secure credit. Okay. So he says, I do have durable financial POA and medical POA. So I'm using this to secure her credit and apply for a credit freeze. Okay. So look, this is a good report to actually analyze a little bit. I'll be going to end our live stream on, but let's analyze this one a little bit, because this actually gives us a lot to talk about here. All right. So first of all, it's the whole texting back and forth with a scammer. It's a romance scam. It's an elderly lady. She's had a stroke. She's starting to get dementia, it sounds like, right? And scammers love that. Those are the people that they prey on, the seniors out there, the older folks in situations like this, right? So this poor lady thinks she's dealing with a celebrity from South Korea. She's sending them money, right? And now she's been convinced to take out a credit card, right? And they sent her some kind of membership card that looks like a debit card too, right? So this scammer could be using this victim as a mule as well, right? She's probably going to have them start withdrawing money or moving money using these cards for them, maybe picking up money. I don't know. It says elderly lady, so maybe not. But it's not for any good purpose. It's for some kind of nefarious purpose, right? So now at the same time, the other thing that's great about this report is the person who's reporting this. I think it's the daughter, I guess. The daughter's son. I don't think it says male or female, but the child of this lady. She's taken the correct steps, though. And this is worth talking about, right? So she knows that since she's being targeted by scammers and scammers have her information, right? What she's doing, because she has power of attorney financial-wise, she's securing her credit and freezing her credit accounts. Not freezing them as in so she can't use her accounts, but freezing them so someone can't open another credit card account under her name, right? Because remember, she mentioned that she thinks the scammer, she saw her mom applied for a credit card, and she thinks the scammer has her opening accounts, right, under her name. So the scammer could do malicious things under her mom's name, right? But the daughter's taking the correct steps, because if she freezes the credit accounts, that prevents the scammer from opening new credit cards under her mother's name, right? So those are actually the correct steps. If you've been scammed before, you're being targeted by a scammer, that is one of the steps you should take, is freezing your credit card. Not your credit, freezing your credit. So no one could apply for loans under your name. It'll get blocked, right? They can't open new accounts under your name, new credit accounts. It all gets blocked. So that is a good proactive step to take. So there you go. If you find yourself in a situation or you want to protect yourself a little bit more, that extra step of security, go lock your accounts. What you do is you go to one of the credit reporting agencies. I think it costs like $10. I think they charge a small fee. But log into one of the credit card agencies. It's Equifax, TransUnion. Who's the third one? Equifax, TransUnion, and I have the links on the website here. Let me bring up the links for you. I'm trying to remember before I click the link. What was it? Experian. That was the third one. Which, by the way, we have links to all three of those on our website. Go to our educational resources page. We have links to Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So if you do want to freeze your credit as a layer of security, there you go. There's the links. Head on over there, and you could set up an account and freeze your credit. And you could also request a free annual credit report as well to check for suspicious activity. There's a link on our website there too. So useful stuff. Check it out. But anyway, back to this report. That was a real report about a romance scam. Elderly woman being taken advantage of by this scammer, having her open credit card accounts and sending money. So, hey, it's happening. We got to look out for our own, right? We got to protect our community of our seniors out there. And they're just taking advantage. This lady says she has dementia, and they're just taking advantage of this lady. So, anyway. So, that's a good scam to wrap up the evening, I'd say. Say it was a great live stream tonight. Had fun. It was good seeing all your familiar faces, Dave and John, and I don't know if Ava's still here, but that was an interesting conversation with Ava. If you're still listening, send me an email. I'd love to hear more about what you do. And hey, thank everybody for tuning in. We're streaming live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. If you haven't clicked like, follow, subscribe yet, take a minute. Like, follow, subscribe. I see Rainmaker joined us over on Instagram too. So good to see you. Over on Facebook here. All right. Excellent. Of course, our people over here on YouTube. All right, everybody. Like, follow, subscribe. Make sure to join the free mailing list, scamaware101.com if you haven't yet. Again, it's free to join. Best way to keep up to date. We'll get a reminder an hour before our live streams. Right, so we'll be back next Thursday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern, every week. Join the free mailing list. Get a reminder. Follow us on social media, YouTube, Blue Sky, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, and X. And look, check out our videos on YouTube as well. Lots of videos, a lot of scams we talked about tonight. We have videos with even more examples, clear descriptions, and all good stuff. Don't forget to check out our merch. Help support the mission. Scoop up a mug or a mouse pad, some stickers, water bottles, all good stuff on our merch store, on our YouTube channel. Check out our merch store too if you want. Link on our website here, scamware101.com. You see we've got gift shop and merch link at the bottom. And If you want to help out with a few bucks, you can donate directly. Scamaware101.com/donate. We have a link here at the bottom of our site. Or we have some YouTube memberships enabled. You can sign up for a monthly YouTube membership. Or use their super chat, super thanks button. Just see a thanks button. You can throw us a couple bucks. We appreciate it. Don't feel obligated, but the options are there. All right, folks. I think that's about it for this evening. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. It's good seeing you all. And I think that's about it. Have a great weekend. I'll put on the theme song to close us out here. Yeah, so until next time, stay safe, everybody.
Yo, it's Jared in the booth, spitting scamming with truth. They fishing in your inbox, man, they stealing your youth. Phishing emails, got that urgent in the line. Click that link and your bank account's not fine. Fake tech support, they call you at noon. Your PC's infected, yeah, they're singing that tune. Pig butchering scams, fat wallets to slice. Invest in the fake love, but you're paying the price. Scammer World 101, keep your eyes wide open. If the deal seems sweet, man, they're probably hoping. Snatch your cash, then you broke in despair. Stay woke, my equal, man, these crooks don't care. Wrong number text, they pretend they know you. Acting all friendly till they ask for a few. Grandparent scam, your grandson's in jail. Send the bail quick or his freedom might fail. Arrest warrant scam, police are on the line. Pay now or else they're taking your time. Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears or sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate. Acting all friendly till they ask for a few. Grandparent scam, your grandson's in jail. Send the bail quick or his freedom might fail. Arrest warrant scam, police are on the line. Pay now or else they're taking your time. Fake order text, your package is delayed. You click that link, boom, your data's displayed. They'll call, they'll text, they'll lie, they'll scheme. Play on your fears or sell you a dream. Be alert, my friend, don't take the bait. A second of caution could change your fate.
All right, everybody. See you. Have a good one.